Hello there, hello there, hello there, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to Drinking MAGA Tears Week, Day 3. We're at halfway point, and I'm joined by the Doctor, Dr. Kristi Winters.
Hey, Kevin. You should turn your lamp on. Because you're a little bit dimly lit.
I'm a little bit dim. That's certainly true. Anyway, there we go. There we go. Am I better? Do I look better? Oh, what the fuck is that nonsense? Oh, yeah, ugly. Anyway, yes. How are you, Kristi?
Well, as I said on Twitter, recovering from a migraine today, so I might be slightly more subdued than normal. But at least after a 6 hour, is it a nap if it's 6 hours? I don't think it's a nap. I think after 3 hours you just slept.
Yeah.
So after sleeping for 6 hours, I woke up and now I'm a little bit groggy but pain free. So yeah, so I was able to make the show, and I'm very happy because Kevin promised me lots of Sargon cope. Yes. So that's pretty much why I'm here.
All right, love. We didn't want your fucking life story. Jesus, you invite a woman on, you give her an inch, she takes a mile.
Yeah, I wish you had a mile.
Heyo, I've got a full 3 inches, please. It's outrageous. Anyway, I'm neither a grower or a shower.
And how about you, Kev?
Yeah, I'm very well. Yes, thank you. I'm ready for more salt. I should just point out at the start of the show, because I forgot to do it at the start of the show and did it after 2 hours of nonsense yesterday. Tomorrow evening, I'm doing a promo. I'm a professional. Tomorrow evening, I'll be with Stephen Shives at 7 p.m. 2 p.m. 7 p.m. UK time, which is 8 p.m. in Kristi time, which is only slightly wrong. But then more wrong is Steve time, which is East Coast America, 2 p.m. And 6 a.m.
Now, are you
in
going
Fiji.
on his show, or is he coming on yours?
He's coming on me. He's coming on me. Yes, yes.
That's great. I'm going to be talking to Steve in December on his channel. So.
Oh, cool. What are you talking about?
I'm looking forward to that. I don't know yet. I right now we just have the date reserved, but no topic.
Oh, okay, cool.
I think we're gonna move it up to.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Double conversion to radical Islam. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm really glad that you're like. I'm just sorry if I'm really slow on jokes and things today, peeps. Just bear with me.
Just assume the joke didn't land. Because that's probably a fair bet. That's a fair bet.
I'm just like, you're gonna be way funnier than me tonight. I am mostly just here to laugh at your jokes and Sargon, in that order.
Yes, indeed. And it will be in that order.
And there's so much to laugh at when it comes to Sargon. I mean, so much Schadenfreude. I have to say, I didn't need dinner because I filled up on Schadenfreude after I woke up today.
Well, I don't know, are tears a diuretic? Because if so, I might actually die of kidney failure. I don't know. Because there's salt in this, but is there enough liquid to digest the salt? Like when you're at sea, don't drink the seawater, you will die quicker.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It will literally
what do you
desiccate you.
Yeah, I guess... Yes, it will. It'll make you thirstier, and you keep drinking, and it won't just make you dry you out from the inside.
Indeed.
Kind of like Ben Shapiro's wife.
Oh, fucking burn. Was not expecting a Ben Shapiro's wife's pussy joke tonight, but there we go. It happened. That's the world we live in right now. Anyway, so we're going to do bookmarks first, because Carl is, of course, one of the chuddiest pricks in the world. That is undoubtedly the case. But he's not the only MAGA dickwad who's been crying his fucking eyes out. There is a... Oh, hang on.
Sorry, I was just gonna... Yep, I was a little bit... My song on before. Sorry, my apologies. I was just... Continue.
See, this is why you don't let women do stuff. They just fucking interrupt with bits of random hip-hop.
Technology.
It's just not acceptable.
Yep.
Anyway. So we're going to be doing other... people from the fucking salt mine of madness. I mean, the MAGA people have lost their fucking brains. Not that they had much to begin with, of course, but they really are out of their minds now. So we're going to be taking a look at the stuff I've been able to bookmark. And again, there's too much. It's like a conveyor belt that's going past too fast, and you're trying to grab stuff off it, and stuff's getting past you. It's impossible to collect it all. There's just so
it's
much
like that Lucy, that black and white I Love Lucy when she's working at the chocolate factory and she's trying to stick all the chocolates in her mouth.
Yes. Yeah.
From the last century. That's sort of, we don't have conveyor belts anymore, so it's kind of hard to find a modern analogy for that.
Well, you could have gone back further and been slightly more highbrow with Charlie Chaplin in modern times. That would have been a good reference.
Yeah, or Freddy Got Fingered.
Or Freddy Got Fingered in the cheese sandwich factory, yes. Ding dong! Ding dong! I know every line in that movie. That's sad. Anyway.
That's really sad.
But while I was a child, leave
Lost
me alone.
Childhood. Yes.
Exactly. Some people went out there and got pussy and generally enjoyed their lives. I didn't even study the Blade. I studied fucking Freddy Got Fingered and Jane Silent Bob Strike Back. That's where the Kev man was at. That's where the K-Meister was at in his youth. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. We dive into MAGA nonsense. Can you see that, Kristi?
Let's.
The chat definitely can.
I can.
Good.
Yep.
I don't think this person is a constitutional lawyer. The 2020 presidential election, this is just some twat. I think he's a local council member from Marysville, Ohio. Conservative Republican. Okay, babe. The 2020 presidential election is 100% going to the Supreme Court. Okay. Where the justices, and I like the fact that you can tell definitely they don't know what they're talking about, because there isn't a presidential election. There are 51.
Yeah.
There are 51, 50 states and Puerto Rico, all of which have their own ways of doing things. And there isn't even one per state, because they start at the county level. So there's no way any of these cases, let alone all of them, get to the Supreme Court. Are you fucking how do you think the Supreme Court don't sleep? What are you talking about? Jesus. Anyway, where the justices will rule on this election is invalid due to voter fraud on a countrywide scale. This could go one of two ways. Yeah, this is total bollocks, right? None of this is true.
Yeah.
Just a proviso, so we don't have to say it after every sentence. It's all bollocks, right? What?
Okay. All of it is bollocks.
Yeah. Either SCOTUS will rule that all the unconstitutional, and I didn't realise that unconstitutional mail-in ballots were a thing, but okay. Unconstitutional mail-in ballots will be removed from the total votes and the states are ordered to hand recount without them. Or, 2, SCOTUS will simply rule the election is invalid due to countrywide voter fraud, and at that point it will be sent to the US House and Senate for a vote. Which isn't what happens. That's if it's a fucking tie in the Electoral College, you dopey bastard. Oh, fucking kill me. It's just, oh my god. These fucking people. So yeah, that's nonsense. That's literal nonsense. All of this.
Yeah, all of that. I mean, all of that is wrong. Just ignore all of this.
Yeah.
People are now dumber for having read that.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw the professor, one of the professors, I don't know, at the University of Texas Law School, who basically said, who responded to this tweet, saying, "This is nonsense. None of this is true." And he's a professor of law. Yeah. I know who I'm going to go with, not random fucking council member from Marysville, Ohio. Anyway.
Yeah.
This is a delightful one. Do you remember the Postal voter that was filmed by Project Veritas? Oh, I thought I was already subscribed by the thing. Don't be a dickhead, Washington Post. I was already someone gave me a fucking free trial thing. Why is it being a dickhead? Don't be a dickhead. Oh, it's being a dickhead. Anyway, the basic story is... He was also cited by Kelly McEnany in the press conference a couple of days ago. That postal worker has now admitted fabricating allegations of ballot tampering. They've recanted their story completely, and that's not. They lied
completely. Yeah. When the IG showed up, they went, "Oh, yeah. You mean this is a crime, and I could really go to jail for saying these things? Yeah. Maybe I was wrong. Yeah. Maybe I didn't so much see anything at all." Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah. When they actually have to put up or shut up, all of them just go, "Actually, no," because either they're complete hacks or or either Breitbart or, in this case, Project Veritas, paid them to say a thing. And then when the IG's office turn up and say, okay, can we get a signed affidavit from you saying that you had this thing? Oh, I have to put it on paper, and then I'm legally liable for the obvious lie I'm telling. No, I recant the story. Sorry, my bad. It's all bollocks. It's all total rubbish.
Yeah,
this.
all. Yes, complete. By the way, I don't know if you saw this, but Haruka in the chat said Georgia is ordering a hand recount. So my mother and I are volunteering to be observers for it, as observers. That's fantastic. So way to go. Get involved.
Don't be a Republican one, because they'll have you standing hundreds of feet away. Kayleigh McEnany said that in the press conference. Trump said 100 feet away. She said hundreds of feet away. What the fuck? Where was this?
With binoculars.
How big was this fucking building? Hundreds of feet.
Now that was in Philadelphia. To be fair, Haruka's talking about Georgia.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But it doesn't matter. It's all applicable, because if you're going to make it up, it could count for any of the 50 states, or Puerto Rico, or fucking American Samoa, or the moon. It's all bollocks. It's all total rubbish, trash, garbage, worthless. Anyway, and I'm not just talking about Minnesota. I'm only responding to that because someone the other day said I was going to have a go at Kev for the Minnesota joke he did, but actually we deserve it. And I just, oh god, oh, that's so sad. But to be fair, they did elect Jesse Ventura as fucking governor.
Yes.
And
that's true.
Michelle Bachmann as a congressperson. So I don't think the people of Minnesota can be trusted with democracy. If you're not going to take it seriously,
is the problem.
We withdraw it from you. Okay?
Honestly, this is the problem with democracy.
If you can't play fair with the toy, we take it from the kid. Okay?
The problem with democracy is you have to hand it over to everybody. Like it's one person, one vote, and there's a lot of people that you're like, you don't understand what you're doing, but you know what? They have the right, and that's the problem with democracy. You know, that's what the founders actually. That's what one of the big debates was in the founders was worried about the passions of the mob, the passions of the crowds, and people just getting caught up in the moment and electing things like demagogues and things like that. So,
okay.
Anyway, that's too that's too serious for this show. I'm sorry.
No, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, so there'll be a hand count in Georgia. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to turn it around. But even if it somehow miraculously did turn it around, he's still losing the electoral college. It's irrelevant. Yeah, I mean,
no, there's just like, if you look at it, the way that the process works, there's just, Eric Erickson. If you want to search Eric Erickson's Twitter, he put up a thread about why this whole thing is a load of crap. That it's not going to overturn, even if you said, even if you get one state, you don't need just one state. It's not like Florida back in 2000, where you're talking about one county in one state. You're talking about 3 states, and you're not going to, there's just not systematic fraud. There's not the things that they're alleging to overturn it. So, yeah.
Absolute trash. Who's messaging me? You need... Oh, sorry, okay, that was the person who gave me the Washington Post thing. I need a new 30-day thingamajig. Hang on. Are they sending me a new 30-day thing? I don't know. I don't really want to pay the Washington Post money, because they're sort of shit. But, oh, there we go. Hey-oh! Awesome. So I can now read.
Oh, okay. You're all set now?
Yeah. There you go. Good stuff. Thank you, Mike, who was the genius that regular viewers will remember, who plays the long-distance driving simulator, who crashes when they laugh. Very, very amusing stuff. Anyway, so if we go onto the Washington Post now, there we go. No, it's... What the...
Yeah, now you can see it. Oh, I maybe it's only a 1 month thing. Maybe you need to re-up it every month.
I did, but I just clicked the link and it said I could read. Oh, hang on, we'll try again. Fucking hell.
Do you want me to do it on mine and share my screen? Because I just paid my 1-year subscription today, actually.
Use the thing. Hang on.
Or just Go to the
Someone has already
to the.
Someone has already claimed it. Yeah, me. I've claimed it. So why is it now not fucking letting me go?
It's a 30. It was only a 30-day pass, so it must have expired.
Yeah, no, but they just gave me a new 30-day pass. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
anyway,
right.
the story is the fucking postal
You've got
worker.
the basic of the story.
Yeah. Anyway,
they backed out of it.
Yeah, we'll sort that out. Anyway,
Ultimately.
so yeah, responding to this idiot from Marysville, Ohio, I remember that name. Steve Vladek, who is a professor at the University of Texas Law School, says 1. SCOTUS can only hear concrete cases, not fantasies.
Yes, it's an appeals court.
Yeah.
It's not a court of original cases.
Indeed. 2. We don't have one nationwide election system. We have 51 elections for president. Correct. 3.
Yep.
None of the current law cases have remotely plausible chance of changing the result in any state, let alone all of them. Yeah, this isn't good.
Yeah.
This whole thing is not going anywhere. At best, they'll get a recount in a couple of states. They're trying to invalidate the entirety of Pennsylvania, literally trying to sue to stop them having electors at the college in December.
Yeah, and of course, Mitch McConnell is posing with his new members of the Senate. Well, if it works for one, it works for all. You can't say that, all of the votes for Republicans were valid and all the votes for Biden were invalid. By the way, I've got the story up if you want to share the screen with me.
Well, you already have the right to share, but I'll stop sharing and then you can...
Yeah.
I'll go on to screen. Boom shakalaka. There we go.
Yep. Postal worker recanted allegations of ballot tampering, officials say. Pennsylvania postal worker, whose claims have been cited by top Republicans as potential evidence of widespread voting irregularities, admitted to U.S. Postal Service investigators that he fabricated the allegations, according to 3 officials briefed on the investigation and a statement from a House congressional committee. Richard Hopkins claimed that a postmaster in Erie, Pennsylvania, instructed postal workers to backdate ballots mailed after Election Day, was cited by Lindsey Graham, piece of shit, our piece of shit.
No,
in a letter to the Justice Department.
Time out, our piece of shit. Are you saying South Carolina's a piece of shit? Because I heard it was a great state, just like the other ones.
I'm saying he's a Republican piece of shit, wherever he's from. Well, it's irrelevant where he's from.
I'm just saying, no, it's not irrelevant, because you were reading the thing and you said Lindsey Graham, piece of shit, which is South Carolina on the page.
Well, whatever.
So I just want to say,
if the shoe fits.
Let's aim our rhetorical guns at the right target. The state of South Carolina, albeit that they have consistently re-elected Lindsey Graham, which is indicative of piece of shit activity, does not necessarily mean all of them. Hashtag
piece of shit territory. Yes. Sent to a letter to the Justice Department calling for a federal investigation. Piece of shit Attorney General William Barr subsequently authorized federal prosecutors to open probes into credible allegations of voting irregularities and fraud before results are certified, reversing a longstanding Justice Department policy because he's a piece of shit. But on Monday, Hopkins told investigators from the U.S. Postal Service Office of Inspector General that the allegations were not true, and he signed an affidavit recanting his claims, according to officials who spoke on the condition of anonymity to describe an ongoing investigations. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee tweeted late Tuesday that the, quote, whistleblower completely recanted, unquote. It doesn't mention here that they were paid by, there it is. Hopkins' allegations without his name were first aired last week by Project Veritas, a piece of shit organization that uses deceptive tactics to expose what it says is bias and corruption in the mainstream media, but are really just conning their gullible viewers.
Well, did you see?
That's also not been...
Yeah, O'Keefe, the piece of garbage, was tweeting at the, I think it was the New York Times or something, going on about journalistic integrity and their role in the democracy and all that. I thought, you cheeky bastard, every single thing you've ever done has been dishonest.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. And not just that, it's always worth, whenever you see a Project Veritas thing, regardless of how bad it looks, and they all look bad because that's the point, right? They're meant to look, they're specifically created to look bad. Wait a couple of days, go back to the story, it will always be debunked. It's always bollocks. It's always so provably
just give it a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if they say if Project Veritas says anything, wait a week and they will be shown to be So O'Keefe on Saturday hailed Hopkins as an American hero on Twitter. A GoFundMe page created under Hopkins' name had raised more than $136,000 by Tuesday evening, with donors praising him as a patriot and whistleblower. The fundraising page was removed by GoFundMe after the story was published Tuesday. A spokesperson for the platform said.
But this is the problem, quote, right? The right wing invite fraudsters upon themselves by raising 136 grand on the say so of a dude, not on provable facts or anything. On the say so of a random dude who works at the post office. What can you do with that? You're literally saying, please come and take my money from me consistently, Mr. O'Keefe. Like, it's just, oh, God, the gullible fucking idiots.
Yeah. So it says, quote, your donations are going to help me in the case I am wrongfully terminated from my job for being a lying son of a... Or I'm forced into resigning due to ostracization, by my coworkers.
Who doesn't like the spelling of... Who doesn't like a co-worker who tries to undermine the ongoing employment of your business by lying?
I just like you like the unusual spelling of ostracization there.
Oh, God. That's from him. Oh, Jesus. Ostracization.
Yes. It will help me get a new start in a place I feel safe. A safe place? What? And help me with child support until I'm able to get settled and get a job. Spokesman for GoFundMe said in a statement the money raised on the site was not dispersed and Hopkins never had access to the funds. Separately, on Monday, Project Veritas announced it was offering a $25,000 reward for first-hand election fraud tips. Did you see that in Texas they're offering $1 million?
Yeah.
So the lieutenant governor or someone?
Yeah, well, that's an official. Yeah, that's an official doing that. But yeah, we covered the O'Keefe's video, 25 grand. They're offering a 24. But if you go to the small print, it says that they are under no obligation to actually pay out that $25,000. So basically, you won't see a fucking red cent of it. It's not going to happen. You're not getting anything.
This is also fucking amazing. Late Tuesday, O'Keefe claimed to have recordings of agents questioning Hopkins and said that he was pressured to sign a document he did not understand.
Well, I mean, given that he likes Project Veritas, there's probably a lot of things he doesn't understand, to be honest. I mean, call me crazy.
Hopkins was escorted out of his workplace on Monday afternoon and told not to return until the investigation was complete.
Get out, you piece of shit. What the fuck are you doing here? As if you had the temerity to turn up. As if you'd show your face. Fucking hell.
Yep. Oh. Damn. So yeah, Project Veritas, piece of shit. Lindsey Graham, piece of shit. Billy Barr, sure, why not? Bill Barr, piece of shit. All the way down the line, pieces of shit. Yeah, and here's the thing: they call on about, it's so ubiquitous. There's so much voter fraud, and yet they're having to offer people $1 million for evidence of it. Like, if it's that common, you should be like offering $5 for it. You lying sacks of shit. Okay, well, I'm gonna.
If it's so common, if it's like the fucking gold rush where you can just pick it out of the soil, you shouldn't be offering anything for it. It should be so obviously freely available. Oh. If you have to pay people for what? You went,
no, I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant I thought there was a revelation. So you sounded disappointed with the thing. It's all right. Anyway, but I need to share with you again, don't I?
Yes, please.
Boom shakalaka. Yeah. Yeah, this is the thing. Texas lieutenant, although it should be lieutenant, please. Governor Dan although it is spelt lieutenant, so I mean, but whatever. Governor Dan Patrick has offered up to $1 million of his own campaign funds. I'm sure the campaign donors definitely feel that's money well spent.
Yeah.
For any whistleblowers or tipsters who come forward with evidence of voter fraud in the 2020 presidential election.
Hey, how about that guy who got prosecuted for handing in a Trump supporter who wanted to use his mom's absentee ballot that was arrested? Report that dude? Back from October?
Or the brilliant story, albeit slightly tragic because she's a blind person. The Republicans do like taking advantage, though. Blind woman in, I think this was Michigan, if I recall correctly. She appeared at one of these press conferences along with the local GOP, right? So the press were all there, they interviewed her and all the rest of it. Did a little bit of digging, right? She claimed that her and her roommate, she was an old elderly woman, but she lives with another elderly woman, claimed that both of their ballots had been stolen and that they couldn't get them replaced. And this was an example of voter fraud, blah, blah, blah. And you think, oh, this 60-odd-year-old blind woman, oh, that's terrible. Turns out she had submitted both ballots with the same signature. She's voted twice, which is quite illegal, and local authorities are now investigating her for a rather serious crime for which people have gone to prison.
Well...
The projection on these motherfuckers is like an IMAX. It's off the fucking charts.
Yeah. Well, there was a woman last time around in 2016 who was like, heard about Democratic voter fraud, so she decided she was going to counter it by voting twice, and she ended up, well, she didn't go to jail as much as the black woman who voted on probation who thought that she could vote and couldn't in Texas. That woman went to prison for like 5 years, but white Karen only got like 70 days in jail or some bullshit.
Well,
white privilege.
White old age pensioner Karen from Michigan probably won't go to jail. Because does any judge want on their record?
Because white.
Blind 60-year-old woman sent to jail? Probably not. But and she's white. But anyway,
and she's white.
Yeah. But anyway, Donald Trump for some reason
they're
says,
not finding shit.
Thanks, Dan. Big win for us. How's that a big win for you? That's a Republican putting forward. It's the Republican putting forward other people's money. How is that a big win for anyone? Literally no one wins in this situation other than the person making it up who might get... I mean, he's never giving out any money, don't pretend otherwise. But in theory, the people going there trying to get money are the only people who could win. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, this was quite funny. Dan Brown.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
Dan Brown.
Look at this guy. Like, just look at his face first.
Look at this.
It's very important.
Yeah. Hang on. I need to put it on the screen so people can look at his face. There. This guy here, right? Hang on. This guy. Whitey McWhiteface. Okay? Now, when I say whiteface, I don't mean a black person in whiteface. I mean, he's got a white face. He's a white man.
Face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dan, but called Dan Browning. But don't let the Browning in his name put you off. He's
verified Twitter checkmark too.
Verified Twitter checkmark, white man. Those are the two important things to remember here. What Trump built in 4 years, Biden will destroy in 4 months. We discussed this, and we basically said, stop trying to make him look cooler than he actually is, okay? Like, if you can get it done in 4 years, let alone 4 months, that'd be amazing. Anyway. You mean what Obama built in 8 years, Trump... This is some rando, but anyway. You mean what Obama built in 8 years, Trump was trying to take credit for in the first 3 years? Trump destroyed in 3 months with help from the Trump virus. Biden now has the country of the Trump virus. Stay away from drugs, Dean. You're clearly high. Now, that's a rando. You don't need to respond to that, Mr. Checkmark White Man. But he does, with one of the most deliciously ridiculous things you'll ever see.
Well, I think you're going to call this digital blackface.
Quite literally, yes. I'm a black gay guy. Now, I can't speak to the man's sexuality.
He forgot which account he'd logged into.
Yeah, clearly. Clearly he's pulling a Stefan Molyneux pretending to be an attractive 30-year-old woman. I can't speak to his sexuality, but I can definitely say this motherfucker, this cracker piece of garbage is not a black man.
Yes.
He's not.
No.
Anyway,
he's definitely a cracker.
Let's take old fucking Honky McHongface to town here. I'm a black gay guy, and I can personally say that Obama did nothing for me. My life only changed a little bit, and it was for the worse. Everything is so much better under Trump, though. I feel respected. Okay, babe. Which I never do when Democrats are involved.
Okay. Say more, lying white man.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Again, I'm a black gay guy. Dan Browning. That face.
Yep.
That is not the face of a black man. This here is not a black man. It's just not. I'm sorry to have to break that to you, Dan.
Oh, but wait, go back. Can you click back on it? Because he does have he tries to get out of it. Did you see where he tries to?
Oh,
say,
yeah, this.
Okay, go.
Yeah, sorry.
Drink. Underneath, I do it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. Regarding the tweet that is going viral from my account, I was quoting a message that I received earlier this week from a follower. He is literally pulling a Stefan Molyneux. It's amazing. Sorry if context was not clear. No. Not clear. Even if we assume this story is true, Dean,
Yep.
you fucking lying bastard. There's no context at all. There's no. This is a message from someone or anything. Literally, you say, "I'm a black gay guy." Anyway.
Yes.
Trump received record.
If you were going to do that, you would take a. Yeah. I was going to say, he would take a picture of the message, and even then, a random thing on Twitter isn't proof of anything, nor is one person's opinion. But there were no quotes. There was no, I got this in a DM. There was no tagging in the person who originally said it. You're a lying sack of shit, Dean. Deal with it. Accept it. Get better.
Exactly. You put quotation marks around it because it's not you saying it.
Yes.
That's what quotation marks are for, Dan.
Yes.
Dean. I keep forgetting the E. I've got E blindness tonight.
Hey, he can't remember what ethnicity is. I'm sure it's fine. You call him Dan.
You don't you dare disrespect my gay black friend. How dare you?
Dan is his black gay persona name.
Yeah, exactly. It's what he moonlights as. Fair play, you know. Although, if you're gonna do the whole, I don't know, pretending role play thing, I don't know that blacking up is a good idea. Dean, please don't do that.
No.
Unless you're going to run for Prime Minister of Canada, in which case go for it. It seems to help.
Digital blackface.
Seems to help in Canada.
Stop it. Stop pretending to be black people online. Pro-Trump black people online. Stop it, Dean.
But I quite like the sign-off sentence. Many people won't say it vocally, but do in private. Yeah, okay, Dean. Calm yourself.
Sure.
You lied.
Yeah.
You lied pretending to be a black gay man. Jesus, the level of copery.
Honestly.
Fucking hell. This is just...
Also, nice. Thank you for exposing what a piece of shit you are. Piece of shit is my go-to phrase tonight. I don't have much creativity with my brain fuzz, so that's all you're going to get from me.
This is amazing. This is beautiful. Did you see Dinesh D'Souza being ridiculously horny on Maine?
No, show me.
This is Ted Cruz talking to McCabe, who was Andrew McCabe is the former FBI dude or whatever. Anyway, double standards, doesn't matter. That's the basic story though. Ted Cruz said a thing to a person, who gives a fuck? Dinesh D'Souza tweeted that out with the phrase, Ted Cruz just unloaded on McCabe's face.
I guess.
Also, I don't like that my surname's mentioned in this either. I'll be honest, I don't want my name anywhere near this nonsense. This is poor form. Just unloaded on McCabe's face. Yeah.
I guess, that tells you what he's been thinking about with Ted. Yeah. He's like, ooh, yeah, unload on his face, Ted. Yeah, let's go to that swingers club.
Call him a dirty bitch. Slap him. Oh, God, you fucking creepy bastard. Anyway, unloaded on McCabe's face over the ridiculous Logan Act double standard on Biden versus Flynn. I don't know if that's another sex thing. It doesn't really matter. Dinesh D'Souza, fucking weird. Unloaded on his face. Yeah. Oh, God. Anyway, sorry.
Convicted for fraud. For campaign fraud.
Convicted fraud and clearly a fan of the money shot. Good man. Anyway, Dave Rubin, can we all admit the pandemic is over, blah, blah, blah. We covered this last time. He's an idiot. And then look at that.
He got dragged for filth.
Look at this. Virtually the entire thing, apart from, I don't know which one this is, and that's Maine. Is that Vermont?
Vermont.
Connecticut? One of them.
I think Vermont was one place that was doing well last time. Yeah. They were trending better, but even now.
And literally everywhere, uncontrolled spread.
Yeah.
Which I think is what Dinesh D'Souza wants to do.
100,000 cases a day. Yeah. Spread is all over his face, all over the country.
All over my face! Yeah. This is more. Yep. I'll retweet this just so we can get through it. I'll just retweet this for everyone so you can go and look. But this is, they released a 234 stack of affidavits from people. It's just all absolute rubbish. There's a couple I did want to highlight though from the thing. What's this? What have you seen that's funny?
Sorry, the one about the guy sprayed chemicals on a machine. Yeah, it's probably called like window cleaner.
Yeah,
to clean off the screens.
Yeah, it's Lysol. Just calm. Oh yeah, the guy was liberal. Suspicious members of the military would vote for Joe Biden. I mean, they are allowed to.
Have you? Well, also, do you know who tends to join the military? There are a lot of people of color in the military. A lot.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like having a racist, and I also being, attacking John McCain and calling them losers and suckers, and also screwing over our Kurdish allies. A lot of reasons people in the military might want a change of leadership. Yeah. Lots.
Anyway, so there's lots going on there, but basically, there's nothing.
No. I mean, there is going to be something, like clerical errors and people filling out the wrong forms, things that happen at every election. But it's not going to overcome a 20,000 vote advantage in Wisconsin.
Well, as Brad
or 45,000 vote.
Who's read the whole 234? It just puts pretty standard election stuff. That's it.
Yeah.
So
when like 160 million people vote, some shit's going to happen. So yeah, but it's not systematic and it's not fraud.
Even The Simpsons is dunking on Britain now. The Brexiting swan, and it's a swan shooting itself in the foot. Thanks, babe.
Is that show still running? I thought it was done. No, I thought it ended like 5 years ago.
No, they announced about 2 years ago they're going to have 4 more series and then call it quits. So they end like
they're like the Brett Favre of cartoons or something.
Well, yeah, exactly. Gone on far beyond their best, and they're probably a little bit racist. Ew, because he's a Republican. Anyway, don't matter. So they're going to have, I think it was 4 more series or seasons, whatever, because that was the contract they had remaining.
Oh, okay.
And, but it was I mean, it was stopped being funny 20 years ago, really. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
I guess they just needed to make that paycheck.
Indeed. Palate cleanser. Popper on a chicken.
Okay. That is so cute. That is cute. That is
ride
cute.
My feathery steed. Anyway. This is amazing.
Adorable.
This isn't Donald Trump, but the speech pattern is so ridiculous it could be. But it's not, I don't think.
Okay.
So this is Laura Ingraham, Nazi twat, speaking to presumably another Nazi twat in silhouette with their voice changed to make him sound like Jesse Ventura, which is a second mention for Jesse tonight. He's doing well. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. You saw something suspicious. We're going to get right into it tonight. Happening on the side of a Biden-Harris van in the parking lot of the polling station. Now walk the audience through what happened.
I'm not going to say which party does it, but thousands of votes are gathered and they come in and they're dumped in a location, and then all of a sudden you lose elections that you think you're going to win. And I'm not going to stand for it. Our voting system, first of all, we should have voter ID. When you vote,
the speech pattern sounds like Trump.
If you send something in,
it does sound
sure.
It does sound exactly like Trump.
You should be sure that vote is meaningful, and it's not just made fraudulently, because there's a lot of fraudulent voting going on in this country.
You reckon it is?
This country should have.
Oh my God! ID. Yes.
It does have a lot of.
He used to call in.
He did.
He used to call in pretending to be his own PR person.
Was it
like
Tom Barron? He went under something.
Yeah, like. John Barron. John Barron, I think it was.
Yeah.
God, that is fucking Trump.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but he's just got a MAGA hat on and a shitty windbreaker. Because it's just like Trump, he's not saying on this date in this parking lot of this voting location at this time, I saw this van with this license plate number do this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
He just starts. No,
and
that's fucking Trump.
And it nuts though. The thing that got me was like,
You have to prove to me it wasn't Trump.
Yeah,
at this point.
when he breaks and goes, firstly, blah blah blah, and I'm like, that's exactly the Trump. That's what he does.
Yes.
I've listened to years of this twat giving, and that's exactly how he interrupts himself to go off on a tangent about nothing.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yes.
so I wouldn't be surprised either way. I don't want to be conspiratorial though, but I mean, if it came out that was him, would anyone be like, no? Was it really? Like, come on.
I hadn't actually watched that before. I just saw it and scrolled by. But having listened to it now, you would have to show me the person it was for me to believe it wasn't Trump. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like, it is just too much like Donald Trump for me to think that it's not him.
Mm. It's weird. It's very weird. Mm-hmm. And it's exactly the kind of nonsense. Oh, God. This one's going in the next cringe comp. This is... Prepare yourself.
Okay, let's see it.
Gird your loins for this nonsense.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go! Welcome.
What?
Red Kingdom. Yeah. Red Kingdom. Welcome.
Yeah.
What is with the flag pajamas?
That's respecting the flag. I sleep and
Don't let it touch the ground.
My sweaty bollocks in the middle of the night just dripping all over it. Lovely stuff. I have wet dreams into the flag. That's respecting it.
He's got a Donald Trump cult closet. That's scary.
Well, I like the fact that when it opens up, look, he's literally got it attached to the inside. That's actually taking some putting together. Just for this video.
Yeah.
Like, he's also got the socks. Oh, God. Everything about this is cringe.
He's got the socks.
He's got the flag socks.
The socks.
The flag socks. Oh. I wonder if he's got fucking underoos as well. Jesus. Anyway. This was just quite funny.
That is amazing.
Amazon subsidiary Ring is important here, is recalling hundreds of thousands of video doorbells after receiving reports of them catching on fire. And someone said, Johnny Cash warned us about this.
That's very good. That's very good.
That's a quality pun. Cats are dickheads.
Oh. Let's see.
Cracked open.
What is that? Their egg?
It's an egg.
You give a cat an egg.
All over the carpet.
Because it's fragile.
Of course.
And then just starts tapping it. That'll help, thanks.
Come on, roll again. Roll again.
What? Oh, roll it.
The cat is talking to the egg. Like,
yeah. I thought you meant me, like, roll the tape through again. I was like, well, we've seen it. Stop, Kristi. Anyway, but I misunderstood.
No, yes. I was saying with the cat. Yes, I was psychically connecting with the cat.
I'm glad. I'm glad you did, Kristi. Thank you. No, anyway, just to go to show how corrupt. This is Phil Davis. Do you remember the MRA MP spoke at the International Conference on Men's Issues a couple of times?
I do.
Terrible piece of shit. Tried to block the upskirting bill and all of that.
Yes.
He's going to be on the parliamentary committee because he's already a part of it. That will be dealing with the review of betting laws. So, like, bookmakers and racetracks and casinos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Has just been one of two MPs who's just taken jobs with gambling firms just before that review starts.
How that has to be made illegal.
That should be very illegal.
Yeah, it's called conflict of interest.
Yep.
We have conflict of interest laws, and in the States you can borrow ours as a starting point.
Yeah. All they have to do is just declare it, though. That's it.
It's not enough.
It's
honestly.
It's nowhere near.
There has to be a reform.
It's nothing. But also, I just want to point out again, this is an MRA. Gambling addiction disproportionately affects men. It's a huge issue, and this is a supposed men's rights activist taking money in order to be, let's say, lobbied into potentially being quite soft on gambling regulation, which will disproportionately affect
MRA grift
men. So, just saying. The MRAs don't give two fucks about men or people in general.
Yeah, and I agree with Tony. You should only be able to have your job in the House of Commons.
Absolutely.
You shouldn't be able to have multiple employment. Like, you get a salary. What are you doing full time? If you're getting a salary full time and you're working somewhere else, you need to work harder at your representation job.
Yeah, indeed. This is sort of related to America, but it's from Australia. This is Malcolm Turnbull, former Conservative, although they call it the Liberal Party. Australia's weird, but the former Conservative Prime Minister of Australia, taking to task a Rupert Murdoch puppet.
Good.
We have many publications that are dedicated to promoting the cause of climate change and radical action on climate change. So that's okay, is it? It's okay to be a propagandist for one side, but if one is a critic or sceptic about some of these issues, that's not okay.
And so what you've just disclosed, but what you've just disclosed is the fundamental problem that the company you work for and its friends in politics like Trump and others have turned this issue of physics into an issue of values or identity. Now, saying you believe, saying that you believe or disbelieve in global warming is like saying you believe or disbelieve in gravity. You've turned something that should be a question of engineering and economics into undiluted ideology and idiocy, and we are paying the price in delayed action to address global warming. And your employer, Paul, has got a huge share of the blame for this. It is a shocking legacy.
Wow, that's a Conservative former Prime Minister of Australia saying that shit.
Good.
God damn.
I mean, they can do math too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look, the insurance companies are kind of freaking out over climate change because it's going to cost them a lot of money. So there are economic interests. You know, we talk about the energy companies wanting to keep the laws lax, but there are other economic forces that are working against that as well. So, conservatives can make an economic argument for preparing for climate or, stopping climate change very easily. Most of them choose not to.
We don't use the word lax here. We use the word slack. They want to keep the laws slack. Kristi, please.
like vaginas.
There we go. You see, they don't want any legislative puckering, is what I'm suggesting.
That's a callback. Yeah, that's a callback to a guy who doesn't understand biology.
Talking of people who don't understand biology, the copium from Paul Joseph Watson today is on the decidedly emo front. Let's put it that way. It's on the screen. It's not on the screen. There it is. Now it is. Right. He tweets out, imagine not realising that life is transitory and that we're all going to die, and yet still selling your soul to the fucking devil for short-term grifter benefit. Fuck off. And then retweeted
Did he just look in the mirror and have a moment of realization?
He retweeted himself saying that. Yeah, basically, I think. Not just that. I don't know if he was maybe self-harming or something at this point, because he also then started tweeting out songs from Radiohead as well. Like, I don't know how emo... Like, okay, Paul, yeah, we get it. You're a deep 15-year-old. Well done. Well done.
Yeah. Go from the band that, Hate the Daily Mail. Did a song about it.
Yeah. Yeah, just, I mean, it's okay, Paul. I mean... Just relax. Do you need the number for the Samaritans by any chance? Because you're coping very, very badly right now.
Badly, yes, quite badly.
Oh, this guy.
Oh, this guy again.
Yep.
Yeah, we had him shouting before about the Republicans not doing enough to help the president.
Frankly, we did win this election. We did win this election. So our goal now is to ensure the integrity for the good of this nation. This is a very big moment. This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah, by the way, this is an edit where they play the Trump bit, and then out of context they play this guy responding to it, like a kind of a YouTube poop type thing.
We want all voting to stop.
Guess what? You will never, ever, ever be president. You jealous because you are a loser. You will never be president. We are sick of you. Don't nobody like you. Don't nobody want you. You will never be the president of the United States of America. You are old and bitter. That's what you are. I am sick of your bullshit. You damn right I said it.
Yeah, okay. This is quite a quite a nice Venn diagram. You've got impeached or resigned, 1 term, and least popular vote. The only person in the sweet spot?
Lost.
Oh yeah, lost the popular vote, I should say,
Yeah.
Yeah, the only person in that sweet spot is Mr. Donald J. Trumpington.
That's good.
Loser
That's
on a
very good.
historic
Enjoy.
level. Well done.
Yes.
Also, gotta love the guy's hair there on the left. I don't know which president that is, but look at the fucking hair on him. Good God. That is beautiful.
I want to say, I'll say James Buchanan, but it's probably not him. It's probably somebody. I mean, say maybe, didn't we have a Samuel at some point?
Martin Van Buren. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was Martin Van Buren.
I don't know. That's the most foreign
But yeah.
sounding. Well, that was the most foreign sounding until Barack Obama, I suppose. Anyway, Nightmare Fuel.
You know what? Can I just say before you go? Oh God! All right. I'll make my point afterwards. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Who is this? Whose account is this?
I don't know. I saw that on Facebook, and I thought, well, that needs to be spread. Unfortunate phrasing there, but
why? Yeah. I have to say though, one nice thing I've been enjoying since the last time Trump made a public appearance is that he's actually gone quiet. He's not out there talking, and it's been so nice to not hear from him for the last 5 days. Okay, we can get this off the screen now, Kevin.
We can't, no. It stays
fine.
Until you make your fucking point.
All right, my point has been made. Nobody heard it because everyone is just completely shocked and can't even fathom this Mr. Potato Head meta. What is the Escher type situation going on
this
here?
Picture defies characterization. It cannot be described. It is its own entity. It exists. You will now count your life into two phases. Before and after seeing this image, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Why you do this to me, fam? That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Someone's reply to you.
Yeah, that's it. Indeed.
This is amazing.
Well,
we watched this off air, right? The last time we were on.
No, Kristi, please. We watched that off air. I then watched it on air yesterday with my peeps. So if you didn't see that, someone recreated the Four Seasons total landscaping thing in a VR chat thing, and there are a bunch of furries. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. This is part 2.
Oh, part 2. Excellent. All right.
An addition was made to this virtual reality world.
Right. So
fireworks.
Everybody is going nuts with this world, and I updated it, and the one thing people kept asking about, they kept asking about extra stuff about this world. So you're now able to walk around the corner. Come with me.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Chain link fence. Get the chain link fence. Fantasyland, yes.
Everybody, all the replies from the people on Twitter, they're like, are you going to add the bookstore? Are you going to add the adult bookstore? You got to have the adult bookstore. And I'm like,
absolutely.
There it is. Ask and you shall receive.
Oh my God. It's amazing. It's perfect. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Well done. He's a god. Cooper Tom, the proud tomcat of Fantasyland.
Look at my beautiful creation. Relish in the detail of its decay. And also, on top of this, you can now take pictures in front of Four Seasons.
Whoa! This is where Google Maps takes us.
Yo.
Hey, Cooper, you gotta start making some swag for this place now.
Four Seasons was already making swag for it. They got the shirts and the hoodies and everything already.
You got they screwed up. They had to commit. The best meme of 2020.
It is the best meme of 2020.
Honestly, that is amazing. That person, Cooper Tom, awesome. Hero. unsung hero of 2020.
Exactly. Not the hero America asked for, but the hero it needed. Okay.
Yes, but the one we wanted once we saw what he did.
Yeah. Trump. Since when can the media call elections? Ivanka. President Trump and Senate Republicans win Alaska. Overwhelmingly.
Wait.
And by a massive 20-point spread. And that was announced by the Associated Press. Aren't they a news agency? They don't get to call elections.
I know. I've been trying to explain this to people on Twitter, and I mean, there are people who just don't want to understand. And I made the parallel. Look, if you're watching a football game and it's the fourth quarter and one team is up 36-0 and there's 1 minute left, you don't have to wait till the ref blows the whistle to know how the game's going to end, because it is impossible for the other team to score 37 points in the next 60 seconds. You know the ending before it's officially over. And that's what the media does. They go, you know what? It's impossible mathematically for Trump to catch up. We know how it's going to end. And then they call it. And yes, state certification takes place later, but literally no election in my lifetime have people waited for the state certification. They've just waited for the math to become whatever it is based on the vote. So yeah, it's like these people don't remember anything before 2020. And I ask them, you show me a headline of where Trump waited until the state certifications to declare he was the winner in 2016. They can't.
Yeah.
Because he didn't.
It's ridiculous, yeah. Indeed. The Million MAGA March has got some absolutely amazing guests booked. The Hodge twins, Jack Posobiec, Nazi twat, Michelle Malkin, Nazi twat, Alex Jones.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Rapist Mike Cernovich. Nick Fuentes, an actual avowed neo-Nazi. And just straight up neo-Nazi. And Owen Schroyer, who used to work for Alex Jones. So, yeah, they've got some real delightful people at Freedom Plaza, Washington, D.C. on Saturday the 14th. So this Saturday. Yeah. Fucking Fuentes. I mean...
Yeah. Nazis marching.
Yeah.
Yeah. A million Nazis march.
It's not.
It's probably not going to be a million.
Nowhere near a million.
It'll be like 1,500 maybe.
Yeah. I mean, just way to shrink down your potential audience there, guys. You fucking lunatics.
Yes.
Anyway, this I think might be the dumbest tweet of all time. By the way, Coping MAGA account back up. Good stuff. They got their account back.
Yes.
Awesome. But this might be the dumbest thing ever said, and of course it was from Caitlin Bennett, the Gone Girl. All the evidence of fraud must be on Hunter Biden's laptop, which is why the media won't report on it.
Well, oh my gosh.
She's taken two bits of bullshit and slammed them together.
Yes.
No one's, even the Republicans aren't bothering with Hunter Biden's laptop anymore. The election's over. The lie doesn't need to carry on.
No. How would the laptop have evidence of fraud that didn't happen? Like,
Kristi,
what she thinks is a time traveling laptop or something?
Well, no, Kristi, clearly what they did was they wanted to store all the evidence of the thing, obviously, because you'd want to keep evidence of voter fraud, naturally. Why wouldn't you? How could that ever go badly wrong? So they decided to keep it on Hunter Biden's laptop and then have it serviced at an independent store. Because who would think that a plan that stupid would actually be called into account, would actually go into effect? So reverse psychology would mean that no one would believe the actual story. It's the perfect crime. Kristi.
Sorry, I'd accidentally muted myself.
Okay.
By hitting the space bar. My apologies. Yeah, I mean, I should careful where I put my pillow.
Anyway,
yeah,
so yeah.
That is pure grade copium.
I mean, that is, yeah. I mean, don't cut your copium.
You need to cut that.
Yeah, don't cut it with Caitlin Bennett,
no,
because I mean, that shit can kill. Okay, that shit's lethal.
Yeah, you need to definitely cut that with some baby powder. I don't know, whatever they use with cocaine, but don't take that pure. You will definitely OD.
Yeah, that's bad. That's a copium enema right there. Anyway, and so we come on to the star of the show, A man who has, for once in his life, won an election. He has been elected the Mayor of Copetown.
By Kevin. He gets to decide, though.
Yeah, exactly. And I still only gave him 3% of the vote. But, you know, he was the only candidate, so that's enough. First past the post, you know. Doesn't need a plurality. Anyway, yes. So, Carl, we'll get onto his fucking weapons-grade industrial strength copium in just a second with his videos. But this was a nice little addition. During the course of this, he's going to be shutting down the Sargon of Akkad channel, old Carl of Swindon.
Well, he says that.
Well, he says
we'll
that.
Get there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll.
It was a lying sack of shit.
Basically, yes. That's precisely what it is.
Quote me. Put a timestamp on the date. I'm telling you, he's not going to do it because. Anyway, I'll let Kevin introduce this whole new grift first.
Yeah, there's a new grift. He's got a new website called lotuseaters.com, which I don't need to tell you, Kristi, is from the Odyssey.
Because Carl's really keeping relevant with the new TikTok themes and the hip new youth movement lingo.
Exactly.
By going back
by going with ancient Greek mythology. Yeah. Anyway, he's a pretentious twat. Is the basic point. The Lotus Eaters were people who became apathetic and lethargic when they ate from the lotus plant on this island. The Odyssey is a story of them trying to get back to Greece. Anyway, the basic point is it's now come to mean someone who lives luxuriously and all the rest of it. It's pretentious wank is the basic point.
Yeah, so people like Carl.
Yeah.
People who don't actually deal with real issues, but just go on and on about pretentious self-satisfying, self-pleasuring wank.
Oh, absolutely.
As opposed to something substantive. Yes.
Copium eaters. Yeah. That would be just as good.
Nice one.
Anyway,
very good one.
We'll let Carl.
Is that Bilderberg? Is that?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, which is, I mean, good because we are members of the Bilderberg group. Oh, let it out. My bad. Anyway, let's listen to Carl. Oh, nonsense. It's only 3 minutes.
Hi everyone. It looks like the moment has come, and we're going to be closing this.
Oh, by the way, the Nazis have gone crazy because his logo is the word L inside what looks like a Jewish star. It's not.
He's a loser.
He is a fucking loser.
Channel down because it turns out that the new site's up, the new channels are ready, and everything appears to be working. So you can feel free to go to lotuseaters.com. And if you don't know what the Lotus Eaters are, I have, in fact, just recorded a video that will be up on the Lotus Eaters YouTube channels. There are actually 2 of them.
By the way, could you have recorded this on any lower grade audio, Carl?
Yes.
Like you're a professional at this, aren't you?
You're supposed to be.
You're supposed to. I mean, this is mad.
That should explain it for you. So that should be a fairly good incentive to go over there. But yeah, I'm going to be shutting all of the old Sargon of Akkad channels down, the merch store and the subscribe star and all of that. So thank you so much for everyone who's supported us and purchased our merch over the years. After the way we've been treated by Silicon Valley, honestly, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. But this, I think, is going to be a very...
I'm a victim.
Yeah. Oh, I'm being oppressed.
Yeah. He hasn't deleted it yet, and I don't think he will. Because this isn't going to last. But
no, this is
we'll let it go.
Positive new chapter, because we already have lots and lots of content on the website. With them, the team. Do you guys want to give me a shout?
Hello. Hey.
All right, we've got a team.
They're just off camera. It's that meme. Although I think he has actually got a team. But what I would suggest, Carl, is hire a better audio person because this is terrible. This is awful. What the fuck?
Yeah, if this is your quality,
this is your launch video. Like this is your first.
You have a proper mic. Bring it into the office.
It's been producing content diligently and making everything work, and I'm really, really proud of how it's come out. It seems to be working great, and I say that.
It seems to be working great. Should we take a look?
Yeah, let's go try it. I tried it just before the show.
This page isn't working. Well, I'm sorry, Kristi. I don't believe it because Carl just said this is fine. Let's reload. Maybe it was just a simple loading error the first time. I imagine, right? Should we wait forever?
Try it again. Yeah, refresh it.
Let's look. Lotuseaters.com. It's. Oh no, the page isn't working.
I actually got to the page and it just said, "This page isn't working. We'll be with you shortly," or something like that.
It's not even doing that anymore.
Yeah,
It's not even doing that. This page isn't working. But one thing that is working, someone put together because that's lotuseaters.com. That's his site. Someone put lotuseaters.co.uk, which is the domain for the UK, for the United Kingdom, not the University of Kansas or whatever. Anyway. And it redirects people to the Vosh YouTube channel.
That's awesome. Yep.
And that would have been getting all the traffic because these channels his link doesn't work. What a fucking God, Carl, you are.
So should we?
You are the.
Should we watch his boomer video about it?
You are the grift that keeps on giving. So what I did there?
Are you going to watch his channel? Yeah.
Oh yes. Well, this.
Oh yeah.
That's our lead-in to sort of main event. Oh God. Right. He put.
So can we just say a little bit before we start this?
Yeah.
See, he's got a fucking proper mic.
Yeah.
You know, bring it into the office when you're going to use it. Dumb shit. So apparently, here's what I'm thinking. Carl realized that his brand is completely toxic.
Yeah.
And he's not making any money off of it. So what he's done is he's found other people to do the work because he can't be bothered to do research or read things. And he's going to go there and swan in and take credit for all their ideas. And eventually it's all going to fall apart because everything he touches dies.
Yeah. So
this is just like add another door to the Grim Reaper meme. Just give it time.
Indeed.
But yeah, he tried to do a live stream. This is hilarious.
A live stream, and this is amazing. Have you seen this one, Krista?
I did watch it, and I laughed hard.
Yeah, it's there were some mates. I've got some timestamps and stuff, and it's called, as you can see.
I didn't watch the whole thing.
Oh, I did.
Oh no! I thought you were talking about his video about the website shutting down.
Oh no!
We should watch that first.
Really?
We should watch that first.
I haven't actually seen that one. Okay. Is it on this channel?
Yeah, it's on this channel.
Oh, okay.
It's his most recent video,
Not a
I think.
successful... Oh, good lord. Hello? Carl?
Hey, folks, how's it going? I think I'm live. Let me just get everything set up.
Oh, God. Just to save our time later, he does this before as well in this one. But this one's even worse.
Oh.
He boomers out even worse on this one. Look, he's picking fluff off the mic. He's picking fluff off the fucking mic. Look how long this goes. 10 seconds passes, nothing. Still nothing. Look at the gormless look on his fucking face.
I think I'm live.
18 fucking seconds before he says a word.
Once again, it didn't tell me.
It didn't tell me. Oh, God, you fucking dense bastard. Oh,
I'll just let it unfold because it's really funny what happens in the next couple of minutes. I'll just let you enjoy it, though.
Okay.
And then I'll explain what happened.
So this is back to the launch video. Or the not launch, whatever.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
How's it going, chat? Whew, it's been a long day, as always. And nothing can be expected to work first time when your entire plan of action in everything that you do is trial by error.
Mostly error, it would appear.
Wait, go.
Is that what I meant? No.
What the
No, I've forgotten the goddamn phrase. Oh, God, I'm having such a bad day.
What is this?
It's such a bad day.
What is this?
Yes. Right, so...
Carl, we are a minute into this and you have said nothing. You've said nothing. What the fuck?
He said trial by error, and then he couldn't remember if that's what he actually meant. And that was the actual phrase. Oh, wait, how do words work?
Amazing. It's like watching a child It's like watching a child. It's like watching, when a toddler's trying to put the pieces, like the triangle into the circle hole in the wooden block game, and they can't work out what's going on. What a dense bastard, man! Fucking hell.
He really prepares before he goes on air, this guy.
Yeah, at least he wasn't picking fluff off the mic though. So that's,
Well, you can see why the website launch was so successful.
Beautiful. Yeah, he put so much effort into everything. He's got a keen eye for detail, hasn't he?
Let me explain the boomerang. It's such a nice website too. It's got such good articles on it.
I reckon he probably hasn't.
Oh God, I'm so sorry none of you can see it. It's currently being fixed. We're looking at more expanded hosting options. Right, to address a few misconceptions and rumors and things, I will be deleting my channels, but not like immediately. And I will make sure that they're sufficiently backed up onto BitChute, so you'll be able to find everything.
I am
on
glad.
BitChute.
Thank you.
It will be there in perpetuity because BitChute, until BitChute's taken down, I guess. But anything that's already backed up onto other platforms like Library, obviously I'm not going to take those down. And I'm
get the fuck on with it. What is going on here?
What, you liars? You liars!
Wait, watch this.
I'm not stream sniping AA. I'm not doing that. But you are joking.
What the fuck?
Trial by trial. I know the phrase. I just can't think.
Look at the blank look on his face.
It says my mic's active.
Oh, for fuck!
How's it going, chat? Yeah, I can hear.
I told you you'd like this.
Dicks. Right, yeah. So, I've left a link in the description in the meantime, because I've taken down the video to make sure that traffic doesn't go to the website, or don't go to the website at the moment. I'll put up a video tomorrow letting you know, re-announcing the brand new launch. Just forget.
Yeah, that's probably not happening then, because it's 8 p.m.
It's not working
in the UK,
yet.
and it's still not working. It's actually working less. When I checked earlier, it went to this thing with an L in the middle saying something went wrong. Yeah, you're not fucking kidding.
Yes, that's what I got. Yeah.
This. I know you're trolling me now, you shits. Forget that this that I boomed this.
Oh bollocks! Do we need to go back to it? Are we done with that?
Well, I mean,
I don't mind. We can go back.
Go back to the website. I don't know what you mean. Go back to it, or are we done with?
No, I clicked on a different video.
That's a hilarious video. Maybe it's my migraine. I still don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What do you want to know?
I clicked on the wrong video.
Do we want to keep watching this?
Yeah, keep watching this video. Yes.
If you want to. I mean, he just basically tries to explain what's on the website that no one can see.
Yeah, so that we don't.
And he says, yeah. So, okay, you can go back to the other video now, but I just wanted you to experience that because that was fucking hilarious.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, genuinely, that has enriched me. Thank you. That was amazing. Right, so this one's called, quote, there's no evidence of voter fraud, quote, or end quote, stream, right? And it is dog shit. Anyway, so we've already gone through 24 fucking seconds and he said nothing. We then skip forward to 1 minute. 1 minute in, and the cope is fucking epic in this one. Pure, exactly. This is unfiltered, fucking intergalactic, multi-dimensional copium up the arsehole. Amazing.
Street value of $1 billion.
Yeah, exactly. This stuff, I mean, this stuff is strong.
Yeah, don't snort it.
No.
Cut it with something.
It's an interesting statement. So I've seen the phrase used a lot, as you can see in the title of this stream. There's no evidence of voter fraud in the US elections. that have yet to be resolved. Despite what the media will tell you, nobody has actually been declared president or confirmed as anything. And I hate this phrase. I find it really annoying because it's so flagrantly dishonest. There is such a wealth of evidence that is, at least the very bare minimum, enough to warrant an investigation. Each individual piece that I'm going to show you will warrant an investigation. Now, I wasn't going to...
Now, I just want to point out before we get going, I'm not going to show you the full nearly 2 hours or an hour and 3/4 of this nonsense.
Yeah.
Because that would take us days to get through. But just know this: every piece he brings up, even it's so traditionally Carl as well, because he literally just brings up stuff other people have lied about. So he brings up Project Veritas and Breitbart are his two sources.
Oh God. Yeah. Not the secretaries of state of Pennsylvania or Georgia, who've both gone on the record saying that the elections went off very well and there's no integrity problems with the results.
Yeah. Basically, yes. Anyway.
Do a stream tonight. I'm actually really shattered and I've had actually a really rough day. I'll explain at the end. I won't get into it now, but but I've got so many tabs that I want to go through. There's so much stuff that I really feel that we should at least be able to point to and say, look, he went through it in this stream, because this is quite incredible. And I think...
Just want to point out, when he gets like a super chat thing there, that's the image. He's literally got the Trump on a tank meme.
Why does he fucking care? It's not his country. What a little, I guess the term is simp. I mean, he's just like being such a lapdog for Trump.
Yeah. And it's if to confirm what a conservative piece of garbage is, he brings up a quote from Joseph Stalin.
Yeah.
Naturally. Again, I mean, it's more contemporary than ancient Greek mythology, but, I mean, still. You're getting closer, Carl, but this is nonsense, mate.
I think good old Uncle Joe.
Yeah, it's Republicans in Georgia
really
and Pennsylvania
had it down
the secretaries
when he
of
said
state.
it's not the people who vote that count, it's the people who count the votes. There's definitely something to that. That's definitely describing an aspect of reality, unfortunate as that might be, because I'm a mortal enemy of the sort of thing that Joe Stalin wanted. I despise communism and fascism. I want them consigned to the dustbin of history, as it were. But when they say something that is correct, you can't simply deny it because they're a communist. Anyway, we'll begin with the clip of Joe Biden saying this.
Secondly, we're in a situation where
taking out of context,
and you guys did it for the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
He was literally talking there at an anti-voter
get out the vote
event, right? So he literally said what he meant to say was an anti-voter fraud, or an organisation concerned with voter fraud, not that we're doing voter fraud.
Didn't the article he cited actually say Biden clip was taken out of context? I'm sure I saw that earlier, a few frames back.
Possibly. Oh, hang on. Should we go back?
Yeah, right there.
Hang on. The cloud feeds into bias.
No. The headline said something about Biden clip taken out of context. If you use the...
Anyway.
Oh, just run in.
Clip of Biden taken out of context to portray him as plotting a voter fraud scheme. Genius. Yes. That's what he's citing. Yeah. An out of context quote. And he put it up. Yeah, he showed the headline. Carl, if you want to take out of context a thing saying something also was taken out, if you want to compound out of context something, don't show us the headline that shows you're a fucking huckster. Yeah, that was my point. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, well, good spot. Yeah.
Secondly, we're in a situation where we have put together...
Fucking hell.
And you...
Is that showing up on the thing? Yeah, look. My light bulb's gone mental.
Oh, yeah. You got a strobe thing going on. It's a disco at your house.
For fuck's sake, hang on. Well, that because I don't know, like, if there's epileptics watching or something. I don't know if that would actually trigger anything, but just in case. So
It seems to have sorted itself out now.
It's gone darker in the room as well, that's very odd. Anyway, it doesn't matter as long as my house doesn't fucking burn down or some shit. Sparks start appearing behind me. Please tell me. Anyway.
You guys did it for the President Obama's administration before this. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Secondly, we're in a situation
now.
Smuckle!
I mean, to be honest with you, at this point, I do believe he would just come out and say it, because it seems the game is so rigged. But this is being claimed to have been, it's been taken out of a live stream he was doing.
He's just proving himself.
Exactly right. He literally conceded in just a second, right? That this is like he's not literally saying it's a voter fraud thing, right? But the thing is,
so why is he even covering this?
He keeps bringing it up about another dozen times throughout the thing. I think I've got some of them bookmarked. He keeps going back to this quote about the voter fraud, which he admitted at the start and showed at the start was out of context and clearly he wasn't saying I'm doing voter fraud.
Yes.
Amazing.
Oh, so I can actually see it on the screen. Sorry, if you pause it for a second. That Biden was describing the voter protection program his campaign has launched in anticipation of. It's right there. All the people have to do is read. That's all they have to do.
I'll bigger it on the screen. There you go. If you want to read, you can pause and all of that shit. I'll resize now. And there you go. I'm getting good at this. I can do it on the fly. Anyway, so let's listen to old fucking the Smuckle Lord pretend nobody's talking about
institutions against voter fraud. Now, I'm not going to go into that particularly. Let's just assume.
Oh, heaven forbid.
That was a Freudian slip. You know, he was mistaken, and what he meant to say is an anti-fraud organization. They just happen.
Yeah, I mean that's literally what he meant. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, right there, he's saying it himself, but that's not going to stop him from twisting it and using it.
Yeah, just point out that's the Trump's press secretary literally saying Biden admits to voter fraud, and that was in October. So they were planning on this whole "we'll pretend it's voter fraud when we lose" thing all the way back in October.
Oh, for Trump since 2015. When he lost a primary, he said it was rigged.
Yeah. When Ted Cruz won Iowa, he claimed it was rigged, and he launched a lawsuit which went nowhere. Yeah.
Yep.
His voter fraud commission, which was quietly disbanded in 2018, having found no evidence of voter fraud in 2016. Because he's such a dense bastard, he even claims fraud in an election he won. I mean, that's remarkable. That's like a special level of nonsense. Yeah, go on.
I was just going to say, it's not stopping the Republicans from accepting the results of the Senate races that Republicans won.
Indeed. And as Kenneth points out,
why
read it when you can just smuckle instead? Good point.
Yes.
Good point.
Precisely.
It just happens to have been a really poorly timed slip of the tongue, but it could just be that maybe he's old and he's just forgets he's not supposed to say that bit. Who knows?
Well, we know, obviously. Why would he say I'm doing voter fraud? Like, if you're doing voter fraud, you don't come out and say I'm doing voter fraud.
Yeah. Again, he's grasping at straws here.
Yeah.
He's reaching so hard, he's going to pull his latissimus dorsi muscle.
Yeah, and we know... Good mention. And we know that Joe Biden's like a little bit gaff-prone. He's not the most eloquent man in the world. And he has a speech problem, like an actual thing, which is usually about stuttering or whatever, but clearly speech is not his most confident aspect. So
also, yeah, Carl doesn't hold Trump to account for the ridiculous things he says.
Yes.
Not even a tenth of this slip by Biden.
Yeah. But he's trying to spin a narrative, Kristi. Please stop interrupting with your facts.
Of course.
But the thing is, there are some real questions about this. And this is where we get into the long grind of the things that are genuinely suspicious about this election.
Oh, we're going down a copium level of conspiracy dipshittery now. This is
okay.
This is almost this entire video is almost Alex Jones-esque. Only at least Alex Jones is vaguely entertaining whilst doing it, rather than because Carl's copium seems to be mixed with maybe sleeping pills. I'm not sure because he's really boring, phenomenally boring.
Yes,
there is
he is.
Certainly evidence that would suggest, and in and of itself demands further investigation. The place I would start with is the fact that Biden has, as I can see, broken all the electoral records. Joe Biden, the guy who accidentally said we've got the most extensive voter fraud organisation in...
So having admitted and shown those out of context, he now immediately pivots back to the guy who admitted doing voter fraud. You fucking hack.
Also, can I ask, why is he wearing headphones?
Because he's listening to...
He's not...
Well, he doesn't just like to smell his own farts, he likes to hear them as well.
I mean, what is he listening to with those headphones on? He's not playing any audio. I mean, sometimes I forget I have mine on and then I take them off. But he knew he was I don't understand why he's wearing the headphones.
Well,
but
he did.
Anyway, yes.
Well, to be fair, he did listen to a bit there, and I think about an hour later he listens to a tiny bit of audio, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. Okay. In fairness, but here let's think. The American population has increased over time, and we know that this was the highest turnout election, in the century, maybe in the last 100 years. So yeah, a lot of votes are going to be cast, and also there aren't any viable, really third-party candidates.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
On every ballot in every area where people are voting.
There's not a Ralph Nader.
So it makes. Yeah, and California. I'm sorry, but a lot of votes come out of California just in general. But you just saw turnout go up everywhere. You saw Texas with over 100% voter, 100% voter registration turnout. 110% of people who had voted before by early ballot voting in 2020. Yeah, it's not at all surprising that he won the most number of votes. If you understand math, Carl, it's not that hard. Do you even math, dude?
No. Well, he doesn't read. Math is...
No, he can't read, let alone do numbers.
Mathematics is a kind of reading, and he doesn't like it. It brings him out in a rash.
History. The guy who couldn't get 20 people to turn up to his rallies. The guy who literally just...
No, they did social distancing, Carl. It's not that he couldn't get 20 people. It's that they were social distanced. There were the famous image of him. He walks down the steps and there were 18 people. They all had painted circles, so they were all definitely 6 feet apart. But that's not just because they could only get that number of people at the event, Carl. That's the number of people that could fit on that little bit of land. That was the point.
Can I also say something? Yeah, I mean, we looked in the primaries, and one candidate in particular had a lot of rallies. That candidate did not become the nominee. And there's a big difference, who goes to rallies? It's people who are really enthusiastic, and most voters aren't. Most voters don't go to rallies to see someone because they're just I'll pick that candidate. They don't feel the need to see that candidate. It's only their diehard supporters. And sometimes those supporters will travel from other states or, to go and see that person. So you can't look at crowd sizes and equate that to support. You just can't. That was my point.
Just existed. The New York Times wrote an article saying we don't need anything from you, Biden, other than stay alive and exist as a candidate. This guy, the least inspiring guy in the world, got the largest share of votes ever. That's amazing. That's
Yeah. Also, it's an increase.
Yeah, it is.
It sounds enormously impressive, and it kind of is to a degree. But even say the US population in the 80s couldn't have sustained this kind of vote, really. Like in theory, it would have been plausible, possible, but not not plausible at all. It needed 90.
Yeah, you would have needed like
100%.
85% turnout.
Yeah.
In that case, and Americans usually do like 50, 55, 60, 63 pushing it in terms of like people who turn out. So the other thing that, of course, Carl's leaving out, and I don't think he'll get to, is that there were a lot of people who've waited for 4 years to vote against Donald Trump.
Yeah. Well, this is the
and
thing.
They felt like their vote was their chance to give him the middle finger, and that's very motivating to get to the polls.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've kind of preempted it because he goes on to brag about like, well, what do you call it? Trump got this many votes and it's the second most, and blah blah blah. But he doesn't question. He doesn't question the fact that even though we know Donald Trump was a phenomenally unpopular president, his vote went up as well, almost as if massive voter turnout across the board drove the numbers up for both sides.
Yes. And also, it was just easier to vote. You didn't have 8-hour lines or 5-hour lines or 2-hour lines, which means more people participated because they could vote early. So it just shows if you give people the opportunity and the means to vote, they will.
Yeah.
What's driving it down is Republican voter suppression and voter attack tactics.
Yeah. Basically, it can be put down to two things. The expansion of the ease of the franchise. So early voting was extended massively in numbers of states. Mail-in ballots were available much more widely on this occasion than in previous elections. So the extension of the franchise, and in terms of Biden's vote going up, we know that there is, although people aren't necessarily that enthusiastic about Biden in a general sense, they are enormously enthusiastic about telling Donald Trump to fuck off because he's incredibly unpopular. So, I mean, that explains quite a lot. And also, just saying, well, he got lots of votes doesn't invalidate the fact that he got lots of votes. Look, this is his first piece of evidence. Well, he broke records. Well, yeah, 75 million plus people voted for him. Yeah.
Yeah, when you look at a population that's grown over the decades, you have more eligible voters. Therefore, the raw total will go up over time. Yeah. Amazing how math works.
Because if you go back to like George Washington, there weren't 74 million people in the entire country. That wouldn't be the case until after he was dead, basically. So, like, it sounds much more impressive than it actually is, given the nature of history. That's the way it goes.
Yeah. The other thing too is that those, even if there were 74 million people in the country when Washington was president, which there weren't, most of them couldn't vote.
Yeah.
Because half the population were women, a sizable population were enslaved. The Native Americans were excluded from voting, and you had to have property if you were a white guy to vote.
Yeah. There were like 4 people who could vote. So, like,
basically.
Yeah. And 2 of those were running for president. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah. So look at this. 12 years later, the raw population of the United States has gone up compared to Obama. 69.4 million compared to 74.8. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, especially because America is a nation of immigrants, and it continues to be so. Numbers increase, birth rates generally increase.
Yeah.
So we know that people coming in increase.
People are living longer.
People are living longer, and we know it's older people that vote. So the more they live, the more they fucking vote. It's not that surprising that most years, year on year, the number gets increased and pushed up. It would not surprise me if in 4 years someone surpassed Biden's total. Possibly.
It
depends if they shrink down the availability of the voting options again. Maybe it won't, but
Yeah, I was going back and I was trying to compare raw numbers with Florida votes for like Obama and Romney. I was going to compare Romney's numbers to Trump. In Florida and several states, but the problem was that actually Trump had more numbers, even when he didn't get as much of the percentage of the vote, because there's more fucking people.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do the comparison.
Yeah, indeed. So, but again, Carl.
Anyway, I think we've made this point.
Well, this is the thing. You usually put your best stuff in the shop window, don't you? First up, you want to give the good impression. His first piece of evidence is an out-of-context clip where he's obviously not saying the thing it looks like he might be saying, because that would be ridiculous. And
correct.
He got more votes than Obama, and that's bad?
Yeah, somehow it's suspicious that he won the election with the most votes. What? And also, I love Trump got the second most. Yeah, but it's the second most, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's second place. They don't give you a prize for second place in a presidential election.
No.
Anymore.
No.
They used to. You used to become vice president a long time ago. Though.
Oh, can you imagine Trump as Biden's vice president?
Oh, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Imagine that, because they'd have to do press conferences occasionally, and he'd just be like, "Sup, vice bitch? Sup?"
Oh, he wouldn't even show up.
Oh yeah, no,
up.
Trump would, I think, probably kill himself, to be honest, rather than be vice president.
You just go golf the whole time, but how is it different from now? But anyway.
Yeah. It's genuinely amazing. 74.8 million votes. So not only did he dunk on Obama, he dunked on him by nearly 5 million votes. That is amazing. And the thing is, Trump, I think, got, was it the second highest? Over 70 million?
A country of 330 million.
Yeah, and also again, Carl, second most.
Yeah, he lost.
Drink it in, bitch.
Obama, with his turnout, but Biden just happened to get that extra sort of 4 or 5 million votes on top. It's like, wow, that's
that extra, just 4 or 5 million votes. What's 4 or 5 million votes between friends, really? Come on, people, we'll call it a tie. They'll do a timeshare, yeah? The fuck? 4 or 5 million more votes, Carl? I think that's a bit of a mandate. I don't know, call me crazy. I think that works out okay. Anyway.
Yeah, here's the thing. Your incredulity is not an argument against his winning.
No.
Your inability to do math isn't a counterfactual to what we've observed in the ballot numbers.
Yeah. But I think Carl's arguing for the tyranny of the minority here.
Pretty much. Well, that's what Republicans do.
Yeah. And he's not a Republican in the British sense, but he is in the American sense.
No, yeah. The far right Republican, American.
What the passion and engagement that people have for the electoral process at the moment. That's incredible.
Oh, this is amazing. His super chat says, hang on, I'll put this on this. Oh no, it's already showing. Okay. Dominion voting systems have been having voting glitches. They run vote counting in counties in 30 states. They have a connection to the Clinton Foundation, the Delian Project, and uploaded an update the day before the election. I'm sure that's very reliable information.
People mailed in their ballots. They physically processed them and fed them through machines. I know this hurts, but you're just going to have to deal with it
Project,
and move
Kristi.
on. Get to the acceptance stage.
George Soros.
The Clinton Project. I don't even know what that... Oh, the foundation. Yeah.
Oh, the Clinton Foundation, sorry. Sorry, yeah, I mixed it up with the Delian Project. I don't even know. What the fuck is the Delian Project?
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Some InfoWars shit, I'm sure.
Probably. Oop. Project. Not the Delian problem. That would be silly. A UN global impact. Oh, for fuck's sake! So it's
One world, new world order bullshit.
the Delian Project. It's from Canada. It's an NGO.
It's from Canada. The Canadians.
So it's a Canadian
interfering with our election.
the compact through UNICEF. Oh no, they work with UNICEF. Oh God, how terrible! What the fuck are they?
Is that the one that helps kids?
Yeah, exactly. The United Nations something on children, something.
Yeah.
Hang on, I'm getting the proper name for it because I completely bollocks that up. I used to know what that meant. It's the United Nations Children's Fund. Fuck's sake, Kev. Anyway. Yeah. So yes, So that's nothing. I just want to point that out because again, this is the kind of InfoWars bullshit that comes up on his channel. That was just from a super chat.
Yep.
He didn't say that necessarily, but we're not going to get to this because basically the last half of this is him reading super chat. He does read this one out and basically agrees with it though, so you kind of take it on.
Of course he does.
Incredible. But I was watching Academic Agent's video. He just put this out today. Definitely recommend checking this out. Analyzing US election 2020 results and turnout data.
I think this has been debunked.
Yeah.
He put out some numbers that were debunked earlier.
Absolute nonsense, yeah.
Yeah. There was high turnout. 1 million people voted before the election even started by post, which means they had physical ballots that they sent in.
Yeah. Also, there's no fucking
or
way
drop off or in person.
That Nevada went down 7 points. What are you talking about? These numbers are obviously wrong. But anyway, whatever.
he's highlighted some really interesting phenomena that we can see from the numbers, that the official government numbers.
These are not official government numbers. They're just not.
No, I don't think these are not official government numbers at all. No, I mean, if it was official government numbers, they would have the source up there. It wouldn't be in an Excel spreadsheet.
No, and of course they won't be official government numbers, because the official government numbers don't come out until they've verified the results 20 days after the election, you dopey bastards.
Right. Exactly.
That's when you get official government numbers, when they verify the fucking numbers.
Yep.
These fucking people, man.
When the final results are, because they have to check to make sure that people who got their ballot but then didn't bring it in, and voted in person, or it was in the post and they never received it, or they sent it out but it was never received, came to vote in person, they need to check those against the record to make sure they don't double count people. And that's why the counts were taking so long, because they were checking those sorts of things.
Yeah. Well, someone asked the question,
why think?
Is it time for Benford's Law? Now, Carl does mention Benford's Law, but I'm led to believe, and you being in the business, might be able to tell us a little bit more. I've heard that Benford's Law isn't really worthwhile.
I don't even know what Benford's Law is.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna can we look that up? Okay. I've never heard of this.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you might do. Benford's Law. It's to do with statistical.
I mean, if it's garbage like the overturned windows.
Yeah. Benford's Law, also called Newcomb Benford Law, is a law of anomalous numbers. I thought it might be because it's not strictly to do with just election stuff. Yeah, it's the statistics thing. But I thought you might have heard of it anyway. Is an observation about the frequency distribution of leading digits in many real-life sets of numerical data. But basically, it's it doesn't really apply to virtually anything. And also, it's from 1938, so I don't care. But Carl does bring it up.
Okay, would you just pause quick? It's been shown that results appear to be to a wide variety set of data sets, including electricity bills, street addresses, stock prices, house prices, population numbers. Those are all aggregate things.
Yeah.
Like there are street numbers everywhere, stock prices, you get a universe of population numbers. When you're talking about people who vote, you're talking about a self-selected sample. So I don't really know how those are analogous.
Yeah, they're not. But a lot of the right wing were bringing it up.
So I don't know how this is meant to be applied.
Because it's clearly there were numbers which were extraordinary, given the fact that he got the most votes in history. So there's nothing to compare it to necessarily. But again, it's not relevant. That. Yeah, it's not relevant.
No, it's not relevant. We can explain, one, through a higher population, and two, through higher participation. It's not. I mean, plus even at that point, you still didn't have 100% of the people voting. There's still 30% of the population who didn't bother to turn up to vote. So, I'm not. What am I supposed to be impressed by here?
Well,
I don't see any.
It makes it sound but it does make it sound like they know what they're talking about. Like it's Benford's Law. It breaks Benford's Law. Yeah, but that's not like fucking Newton's Law or some shit. Like it's not a real scientific thing.
Yeah, and also when you misapply statistical principles, that doesn't make them valid. It just makes you wrong.
Yes, correct.
Brief. What he's showing here in the highlighted lines is the turnout difference in these states. Now, in Nevada and Ohio.
Well done, Carl.
What?
Yeah, well done. He knows the states.
Yes.
This is actually down by 7.3% and 1%. And in Arizona, Florida, Michigan, they're up.
Okay,
but not by a
pause,
huge amount.
Please. Can you pause, please? So in Nevada, at least, they were still counting the ballots. So I don't know where these numbers come from. So the academic agent video was put out on the 8th of November.
Yeah.
They were still processing ballots, and also they were still accepting, overseas ballots, which the Trump administration has tried to block. So those aren't final numbers. No. So we don't know what the actual turnout change would be. Yeah. And also it would probably depend on whether or not those states have a history of mail-in balloting or not, because we've seen increased participation. So again, Nevada was everyone was complaining that Nevada was taking a really long time to get the results out. So this is not, I don't know where these numbers come from, and I doubt they're accurate.
No, exactly. And like I say, as of the 8th of November, so presumably he did the research on the 7th to put the video together. So 4 days, let's say, after the election, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Nevada, and Arizona still weren't even called.
Yep.
So how were there any government statistics, even if they were to publish them early somehow, when they literally hadn't even called the fucking things, let alone counted all the votes? These numbers mean nothing. Even if they're accurate at the point in which they were gathered, they mean nothing.
And I can tell you from Wisconsin. So first, Haruka in the chat, remind me about the Wisconsin numbers and the low turnout in 2016. Haruka in the chat says, if you want to look at percentages of vote turnout, you have to, some people look at all adults and they try to make an estimate based off of the number of adults in the U.S. But of course, not every adult in the U.S. can vote. There might be people who are living there who don't qualify or for other reasons can't vote. And so you have to look at the adult voting population. And when you do that, the U.S. gains a couple points in terms of its average turnout. But compared to most of its OECD peers, it has very low turnout. In the 60s, and that brings me on to my point about turnout in 2016. Turnout in 2016 was lower than when Obama was on the ticket. And in Wisconsin, the lower turnout in Milwaukee, the city of Milwaukee and Milwaukee County generally, is sometimes pointed to as the reason why Clinton didn't win Wisconsin, because it was only a 22,000 vote and change margin. So comparing 2016, which was by comparison a lower turnout election, to 2020, you would probably be better off looking at the Obama numbers. And again, looking at percentages, not raw numbers, because you can't compare populations across like 12 different years. But you would see that the numbers would probably have been pretty much a little bit higher, I think generally, especially in swing states, because they get more attention, they get more visits. People are targeted with more ads. And so there's more effort at getting people to vote out in those states as well. So there's just a lot of other, you would say, independent variables that we can do that will account for the difference between 2016 and 2020.
Matt Parker's done a video on Benford's Law. Should you have a look at that?
Okay. Thanks, Sean.
Matt, thank you for advertising my own fucking stream to me again.
I just want to say, I know that there are a lot of popular politics channels, but people who come to the happy hour actually get education. We bring you news articles.
Rich,
we bring you
creamy.
Yeah.
Right.
We bring you cheese ads.
Benford's Law, which tells you how often you should expect each of the non-zero digits to appear as the lead digit across a range of data. And I've seen a lot of discussion online saying, first of all, Benford's Law is a good tool for detecting election fraud. And secondly, if you look at Biden's vote totals across the Chicago area, they do not match Benford's Law. Benford's Law is in the yellow and Biden's totals are the blue bars. There's no match. Whereas Trump's data looks like it matches. Well, I can confirm, first of all, no, that's actually exactly what you would expect. That's not out of order. I'll explain more in a moment. And secondly, Benford's Law is not a good test for election fraud. And I quote, Benford's Law is problematic
that's why I never heard of it.
as a forensic tool when applied to elections. I just want
yeah, that's from Benford's
Can you pause,
Law
please?
and the Detection of Election Fraud 2011.
And this
And again, look, this
is why I've never
motherfucker's
heard
got
of it,
this
because political
motherfucker's got
scientists don't ever talk about this.
yeah. This has got this from this paper from Cambridge University Press. So reasonable citation, talking about how it's a lot of bollocks. So I mean, I don't think we need to look much further than this unless you want to. It's a 17-minute video, and this is going to take long enough to get through anyway. But
Look, I think we can consider this, and Political Analysis, by the way, is a very top-rated political science journal that focuses a lot on statistics, statistical theory, and statistical methods. It's a very high-ranking journal that's difficult to get published in. So to have an article in Political Analysis, that's pretty impressive. And if they're saying it's a load of shit, then those people have looked into it.
Yeah, good. Anyway, I'll tweet that out. My Twitter's linked below on the YouTubes if you want to go and watch the full thing. But I'm prepared to accept that's perfectly reasonable. And look, just a quick note to the right-wing twat heads. These are citations of actual things. You see, these are good.
Yes.
These are good things to have. Also corrections as well, which is good. Because if you realise you're wrong, you should say so. But anyway.
Yes.
So
what does Carl have in his description box?
Not a lot.
Well, should we check? Should we compare it?
Oh, hang on. Well, I need to get...
Super chat. Follow me. Support me. Check out
the
my merch.
Which, interestingly, is also the pinned comment from him. So, again, that's
desperate.
That's not great. It's not quite the same level of like research that's gone into it. I don't think, Carl. Anywho.
In Minnesota, 14.5% up. In Pennsylvania, 14.6% up. And in Wisconsin, 20%.
Don't believe it. Don't believe it.
Higher.
Your numbers are wrong.
Turnout than.
Also, obviously, but also conjecture isn't proof, Carl. I don't care what you think about these numbers, even if they were true. I don't care what you think about them. Really, like that's not proof of anything.
Yeah, and again, let's look at the 2008 turnout numbers.
Yeah.
Let's do a comparison of a higher turnout election, because right now you're talking about a lower turnout election. So you're comparing apples and oranges. This is a facetious argument.
Yep.
The previous elections than in 2016.
I think it's actually pronounced facious.
That's genuinely incredible, isn't it? Like, that is mass mobilization.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, so it's pronounced facious, please.
Like, how many hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of votes?
Fallacious.
Facious. It's facious.
What are you talking about?
It's one of the mispronunciations that Americans do.
Anyway, go ahead.
Facious. And hyperbole. Idiocy.
Hyperbolic.
Hyperbole.
What?
No, it's mispronunciations of words. So facetious, if you pronounce the face bit, if you emphasise face, it becomes facious. Hyperbole, hyperbole. It's just a mispronunciation thing. Never mind. Jesus. Go back to fucking bed. Anyway, I'm only joking.
I should.
Yeah.
Extra. This must be where Biden got his extra 4 or 5 million votes from, right? I mean,
yeah, it must be.
God,
it must
so
be. These fake numbers must be the reason we lost. God, copium into the veins.
Yeah, this is it. Look at my fake numbers. I can justify this. We didn't really lose.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's even better. There's a claim he makes later about how he was totally right. He was totally right, so it's fine. But anyway.
Where else is it going to have come from, if not from this huge increase? Like, staggering. It's staggering. But
wait, can we pause it? Pause it again? Sorry. If you actually look at the numbers, like Wisconsin, he won by 20,000. Someone in the chat just said Biden went to 50,000. And I did see on Twitter earlier that the Secretary of State of Pennsylvania said now that it's out of the automatic recount law in Pennsylvania. So Trump would have to pay for it if he wants. So he's going to have to pay for 2 recounts now. Right. His margin in Georgia is like 11,000, 10,000, 11,000. We're not talking about, like millions of votes in these states. So what is he like? He's not looking at the margins in the states. I think Michigan was like 155,000, which, that is, a healthy amount, but it's not a ridiculous amount in a close state. No. So again, these are just lies.
And they're not,
he's lying.
Yeah, even if they do a recount, the recount is not going to overturn a many thousands of vote lead. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah. I think is it Gepsar in the chat asked how much does a recount cost? I know the Wisconsin recount is estimated to cost $3 million. And I don't know about Pennsylvania.
That's Wisconsin. No one fucking lives there.
Yeah.
They've got like 6 votes to count. Whereas Pennsylvania's got like big ass cities and shit. Well, so it's got Philadelphia and a little bit of Pittsburgh, and then
So expect that Trump grift to continue.
Then German farmers as well. So that's a thing.
And by the way, I said facetious, but I should have said specious. It's a specious argument.
Yeah, it's spacious, absolutely.
So the way that they
moving
came
on.
in, I think, is definitely of most significance. Graph as Associated Press show, graph shows thousands of ballots reported at once, overwhelmingly for Biden. There were chunks of 20 to sort of 100,000 that were just.
No, someone in the chat, bro, I live in Wisconsin. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the joke is though because Kristi's from Wisconsin, So I'm just doing a joke about
Yeah,
Wisconsin.
so he takes the piss.
Yeah.
He just takes the piss. Yeah, he takes a piss out of Wisconsin all the time. So
Well,
that's just to get welcome to the happy hour.
Well, look, when the only black people who live in Wisconsin and half the population amount to the people who play for the Green Bay Packers, that's not a great sign, is it? You know what I mean? That's, statistically, it skews the thing. Just saying.
Just come in, and I could have actually gone and got
he literally
video
goes
of
this.
people carrying in just boxes at 4 a.m. or somewhere between 4 and 5 a.m.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah,
carrying in
imagine
boxes? Do you think the ballots would magically fly into the fucking count? Yeah,
They've been mailed in.
People carry in boxes to a count. What's the conspiracy there?
Wait, I've seen that in Sunderland.
Yeah.
Haven't I seen that in Sunderland?
Well, how
in
else would they
Newcastle
get
on
in
election
there?
night, people running in boxes.
Fucking Amazon drones are going to deliver it. People have to physically carry boxes, or at least on trolleys or whatever, into the count. They don't. They're not sentient beings that can move into the count on their own. What?
Yeah, and if I don't know what channel you watched obsessively as the counts were going on, but I was watching MSNBC and total chart throb Steve Kornacki. Steve Kornacki has gotten sexier to me. It just talks about how I'm sapiosexual over time. I mean, he wasn't saying anything that profound, but he was just there all the time. I don't know when the guy slept, but anyway, he was talking about in Georgia, I think the Atlanta suburbs, and also in Philadelphia, where when the mail-in ballot was finally able to be counted, especially in Pennsylvania, because they couldn't do it till after Election Day, that Biden was getting 84% of the votes and 91% of the votes because those were Democrats who were voting. Yeah. So, yeah, when you have to wait until Election Day and you stack up all of the hundreds of thousands of mail-in ballots that haven't been counted yet, yeah, you're going to see a sudden increase because those are all the Democratic votes coming in. It's a pure Democratic vote. That's how elections work.
And it was at 4 in the morning, Kristi, and that's suspicious because nighttime is bad.
Yeah, it shows that they were working through the night to count the ballots and that they had to process all of the in-person ballots first by state law before they could even start on the mail-in ballots. Yeah. And they worked all night long. And when they just had a dedicated time to do those, all of Biden's supporters' votes finally got counted. That's not suspicious. That's, if he understood how numbers are distributed, he'd understand that. But he doesn't.
I'm just doing a bit of
Lionel.
Bit of Lionel as background music. I'm being your Lionel hype man, is what I'm suggesting.
Yeah, and
also
Andrew in the chat also mentions. Sorry, I just want to shout out Andrew in the chat who points out Trump specifically told his voters not to send in their ballots.
Yeah.
So of course the mail-in ballots were all going to skew toward the Democrats. We saw it. We saw it in the who was turning out because they were wearing masks to do in-person voting and early voting in person.
Yep. Also, this graph, which all the right wing have been masturbating over, some people, the left have started referring to it as the Chad snake stance because it just goes straight up. Anyway. But the point is, this isn't like an official count graph at all. This is from one website.
No, and it only goes for a few hours on the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to extend that throughout the rest of the accounting time as well.
So when it jumps up there, straight line upward, that looks suspicious, and that would be suspicious if it were true. It's not, though. Their numbers flatlined because they weren't adding in the data properly, and then corrected itself.
Yep.
And when the computers
corrected,
corrected,
there was a period of time where they didn't have results.
Yeah.
They had to count the votes and upload them.
Yeah.
That's like it took time to count votes and put in the numbers and then upload them. Yeah. There's nothing suspicious about this. Like I have watched a lot of election results come in, and I know because I'm smart that different areas of the state vote in different ways. Whatever state you live in, rural areas will vote different from urban areas. And also, when you only have 700 ballots to count in rural bumfuck county, wherever, it doesn't take as long as when you've got 70,000 ballots to count downtown.
Don't have a go at bumfuck county, Arizona.
People there.
Okay. It's a good place with 6 whole people living there. There really are. Some of those places, you can find out about these little local places, and they're just huge chunks of desert. There's nobody there. Like, Trump would win the fucking county by 70%. but it'd be like 5,000 votes to 1,000 or whatever the exact numbers, whatever. Just nonsense. Like, no one lives there.
Hey, yeah, am I cutting out for you every once in a while?
No, you're fine for me. Just say.
Okay.
Ed.
Someone in the chat thought I was.
Kristi cutting out occasionally. No, that's that might just be you, Ep.
Maybe try going a little bit farther back in the stream so it's got a bit of a buffer. Might
or maybe try shutting the fuck up, interfering with your nonsense.
He doesn't mean that.
No, I'm only joking. Hopefully that corrects, because it's fine for me, so I don't even know how I would rectify the problem. Yeah, Kristi has cut out a couple of times. Well, if it's only a couple of times, I think we can deal with that, people. Plus,
But then you hang on my every word, Kevin.
Naturally, I'm perfectly fine with like a woman not being allowed to speak as much as she wants to. So, like that seems like that's just nature taking its course.
Also, I have to say that sometimes you cut out for me. So, the Daleki sounds tonight. I had a cutout and Daleki sounds. I'll make sure my connection is all set, but I just figured that there's a little bit of a lag there. So
there's a little bit of a lag, certainly, yes. But I mean, I'm dropping 0 frames, so in terms of it broadcasting, it should be the same as what I'm hearing, shouldn't it? I don't know. Anyway.
So yeah, Carl's conspiracies are garbage.
Absolute nonsense.
Polling stations, in this case in Wisconsin, where you can see it just literally ramps up the graph, whereas otherwise they'd come in at a fairly organic rate. You can see they both raise slightly in certain points where legitimate votes it would
when
seem
votes come in,
and then suddenly just 100% for Biden. Now 100% for anything is
where's your evidence for the claim it was 100% anything, Carl?
No, it just shows an increase.
Yeah, this is just nothing. There's no 100% anything.
No, this is just about how, different times, it takes a different amount of time to count different amount of votes. There are gaps. If you went forward, you would see, like you can see at the beginning how the numbers change over time. There's a huge increase from from the 3rd to the 4th to 5,000, right? You're not looking at that going, oh, look at all those Democratic votes there. Well, why? Just because the Republicans lost? They had fewer votes. Imagine that. They had fewer votes. So the line for the Democrats is taller. Like, what am I looking at here?
Nothing. You're looking at nothing.
is totally suspect.
Desperation.
And the sort of result that you get in North Korea. Like, it's just
That's very true, as someone pointed in the chat. Of course, Kevin doesn't want
what?
Not what Sargon said.
Oh.
What someone in the chat said. Of course, Kevin doesn't want women to speak. He comes from Sharia law run Birmingham. True. Very true. We are, as was pointed out on Fox News, 100% Muslim. So that literally, someone said that on Fox News, and it's still funny. It's still funny. Yeah, but look at that! Look at that fucking! Look at that!
Yeah,
face.
wank face.
Yeah, that is. I mean, there is horse manure going on under the table there.
Fact of life that even if someone is massively, overwhelmingly popular, you will still have like a percentage of people who will, I guess, out of objection or whatever, go and cast their vote to the opposite. You can see that in any kind of metric. I mean, look at the likes and dislikes on a YouTube video. Like,
yeah, you do get ratio.
There'll always be a small minority of people who are actually like, yeah, I hate this. Downvote. It's like, I mean, I don't think I have downvoted videos, but only as a political act. But I would just click off a video if it was something I wasn't, I didn't know what it was and I just wasn't interested. I'd just click off it. I wouldn't bother downvoting it. So it's people
We're
who
just talking about a few 100,000 votes here.
Principled objection, and I respect that. I think that's a worthy thing to do. Having a principled objection and voicing it is the heart of the democratic process. But it's weird how just 100,000 ballots come in and not one person has got that principled objection.
No, it's not.
It's not just that, but there's no evidence that Carl has produced or anyone has produced that there was ever a batch of anything with 100% Joe Biden votes. That's just a lie.
Yeah, it is a lie. Also, the Republican number disappears. That might be because, as in the lower part, it's hidden behind part of the red vote or the blue line.
Yeah.
Because what happened to the also?
No, it's not. It's not hidden
you
behind
got this bit.
No, it's not hidden behind the line. The red vote doesn't actually appear until there on the screen. It just appears above 5K.
Oh, it suddenly appears.
Yeah, just above 5K.
Where did all those votes come from?
But then it disappears.
Suddenly 5,000 votes appear.
Disappears, but then it reappears just below 1 million, and then but then
if
it disappears
you took that
again.
Curved line.
Oh!
Yeah, if you took that curved line and instead of it coming in over like 6 hours, it came in over an hour, you would have the same effect as on the. This is stupid. Like this is not a good argument. We can move on. This is boring. He's like debunked. Yeah. Let's move on.
Indeed. He basically admits they don't have any actual fucking evidence.
What's going on here? I'm not saying this is proof of anything. This is evidence that something strange is happening.
No, it's not. It's proof of nothing.
To know more. It makes you ask more questions.
It's proof of nothing,
Again,
Carl. Other than you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, this is just a video of nothing. I mean,
it is.
That could be from fucking anywhere of anything. It's grainy footage of some people with paper on a desk. From the delightfully named Nuance Bro. So, I mean, high level journalistic outlet, Nuance Bro.
Anything wrong here? Because
I have no idea what this is meant to be.
Hang on, don't speak over the point here, Krista. Shut up, woman.
We're not saying that anyone has actually done anything wrong here, because I haven't got any proof concrete that I could point to in a court of law and be like, yeah, this X person did Y act, therefore Z crime. But what we have is lots of evidence that definitely warrants further investigation.
So you haven't got any evidence that would stand up in court?
No, because it hasn't.
No, exactly. I wonder why all these court cases are fucking flailing then. Being absolutely just thrown the fuck out. There was one. There was one delicious piece of passive-aggressive judging that I saw from one of these people in, I think, Arizona, where the judge said that the Trump administration was more than welcome to return to his court if they could provide any more evidence. Yeah, I think that
any evidence actually.
Yeah. Just, I mean, that's basically, you've got nothing. Get out of my court case, or get out of my courtroom. But much more sort of polite about it than I would have been.
Yeah. For the record.
Indeed.
Flags. This again, yet another piece of really solid evidence that, at the very least,
Pause. This was from September. It has been investigated, and the employee was fired. There were like 7 ballots in this story. Look at the date on this. This is from September. This has already been looked at and dealt with. And the person who, it was like a temp or something, they were let go. So this is he's calling for investigations. This is already a case closed. So why are you bringing it up unless you're an ignoramus who doesn't actually follow this stuff and you're just looking for headlines and not even checking the date or the follow-up on the stories?
Yeah, he's just trying to sow doubt. Because he's Trump's little
He's
bitch.
anti-democratic.
He's Trump's little bitch.
If
smear the election.
If Carl actually cared about democracy, he would be counseling people, look, it's we might not like the result, but so far there's no evidence of any kind of widespread fraud or any attempts to cheat on this election. And sometimes, you own the libs, and sometimes the libs own you. And what we have to do is make better arguments and go out there and try again. If you cared about democracy, that is the argument you would make, instead of actually attacking democracy in order to shill for a man who lost.
Yeah, and I think it's always worth remembering, you lost, Carl. You fucking lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. You lost. Trump lost.
Over it.
He's a loser, baby.
Yeah, as an American citizen, as an American citizen, probably don't sing the next line.
Yeah, the terms of service.
Your terms of service. / don't want to be accused of attempting a fucking assassination or calling for the assassination of the president.
No, I'm just doing the first. I just sang the first line.
See, she doesn't commit to the bit. She won't advocate for the killing of the American president. She won't use racialized slurs. Oh God, Kristi, political correctness gone
I'm such
mad.
a terrible person.
Investigation needs to take place. Like, genuinely shocking. Then you get the Project Veritas videos.
Can you
the
pause it?
whistleblowers
Sorry. Can you? Oh my God, Project Veritas. Pause. Can you actually look up like Pennsylvania military ballot worker, and just so that we can find out how long ago this story was taken care of? Yeah, ballot worker. He's about worker fired, because I think, yeah.
Oh, I misspelled Pennsylvania. We got this from Reuters.
Yep, there's one from from October.
Yes. On September 24th, a federal prosecutor in Pennsylvania announced an inquiry into a small number of military ballots that had been allegedly been discarded, some of which were cast for President Donald Trump. Post on social media and Trump himself have referred to the incident inaccurately.
I mean, some of which were for Biden.
Yeah, some of which were, yeah. Which, when I say, when it's a small number, if a few are for Biden, then it's not really going to swing the, was it nearly 50,000 lead he has in Pennsylvania or whatever?
Yeah.
This check
Yep.
This check aims to provide context and clarification on the matter, which is still under investigation.
Well, that's 2nd of October, so I think there's been you keep going, and I'll see if I can look it up.
Oh, hang on. Well, we'll find a more recent one. Let's look at news.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
No, thousands were not found in the trash. Okay, that's probably not the same one.
5 days ago.
Where's that? That one? You want to go with that one?
Yeah, let's try. Yeah, I mean, PolitiFact can be shit, but
thousands of military ballots found in the trash in Wisconsin. No, they weren't.
No, that's a wrong story because it was Pennsylvania, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, hang on, but but that's
2 weeks ago.
Hang on. Wisconsin.
That's also false.
Yeah, that's also false. Yeah. 2 weeks ago, Pennsylvania County will evaluate discarded. That's will evaluate. Nine military ballots.
Okay.
The authorities said were mistakenly discarded by a contracted elections worker in a northeastern Pennsylvania county have been linked to specific voters and can be considered for counting in the November the 3rd presidential election.
There you go. So their ballots were able to be processed, is what I'm understanding from that.
Yeah, President Donald Trump brought up the 9 ballots in Luzerne County, which is part of the battleground state that he and Democratic President blah blah blah.
Yep, part of a bad error, but not a matter of intentional fraud.
Yeah, Luzerne County Manager David Pedri said the ballot envelopes contained identifying information that enabled officials to figure out who cast them. The ballots will not automatically be tabulated, however. Pedri said that the local elections board will give them close and careful consideration to make sure they are filled out properly. So that's, nothing.
So they track them all down. So no need for an investigation because one's already been done and it's been remedied.
Officials have blamed the decision to toss out the ballots on an unidentified and improperly trained contract worker who had been handling mail-in ballots for the county for 2 days. Other details remain unclear, including the worker's name, how they were hired, how the ballots ended up in the trash, and the response by the county elections office. Okay, but so it was a contract
9
worker,
ballots.
And it was 9 ballots.
And they found them all.
Yeah. So that's nothing. But at least that's an actual story that is based on some reality.
We've got postal workers who are literally coming forward and saying things like, late ballots are being processed for illegal counting because they're backdating them. So, they can claim, these arrived on the 3rd.
It wasn't postal workers. It's one liar.
Yeah, one liar who, as we pointed out, hang on.
Mm-hmm.
Go back to the bookmarks. Where was the story?
Guy was escorted from the office and said, "Don't come back." Because when the inspector general comes to interview you, that's not a good thing.
No, there. The postal worker admits fabricating allegations of ballot tampering. So he's literally pushing debunked conspiracy theory by Project Veritas, an obviously disreputable organization.
Yes, the least.
Yeah.
Right up there with Jacob Wall.
Indeed. But it gets better. The level of copium he goes to is remarkable. Because we've talked about Sharpiegate, which is absolute nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And so does Carl.
Debunked.
So let's have a look.
Oh, God.
Is if you're cheating. Because everyone is well aware that when you're doing something of this magnitude, where both sides have got such heavy investments in it, everyone needs to be able to see what's going on. That just has to be the case. Otherwise, we just won't know. Then you have the Sharpie Gate, where apparently in Arizona, you had the election workers taking away pens from people and giving them Sharpies, despite the fact on the top of the ballot it says, do not use a Sharpie.
Does it say that, though, Carl? Does it?
It doesn't. It says you're supposed to use blue or black ink.
Yeah, let's take it.
Only red Sharpies can't be detected. What a lying sack of shit this guy is.
Tabulation.
He's not even a lying sack of shit. He's just a conduit for lying sacks of shit. He doesn't have an original thought in his head. He takes stuff from the academic agent. He takes stuff from Breitbart. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Indeed. Tabulation machines in Arizona can read ballots marked with Sharpie pens. As ballot counting continues in some states in the US presidential election, users on social media have raised concerns about the use of Sharpies for marking ballots in Arizona, a key battleground state in the race between blah-de-blah-de-blah. Some posts allege that tabulation machines can't read Sharpies. This is false. A screenshot of an Instagram...
It is false.
Blah-de-blah. Anyway, but this is Secretary Katie Hobbs, who is that's the official Twitter account of Arizona's Secretary of State, a person who ought to know.
Yes.
If you voted in a regular ballot in person, your ballot will be counted, no matter what kind of pen you used, even a Sharpie.
And that came out November 4th.
November 4th.
And Carl is streaming this on the 8th or 9th.
On the 8th.
Or whatever date it was.
On the 8th. So 4 days later, this is not a story.
He's still spreading this lie.
Not a story.
Nope.
And even, as I pointed out, even if it were true, at no point do any of these people say that they were asked who they were voting for. So they could easily have been Sharpieing out the votes of Democratic voters as well. So even in the conspiracy world, it's not actually fraud. It's just
doesn't make sense.
It's just weird maliciousness rather than actual fraud, or targeted partisan fraud anyway. But it doesn't matter because the Secretary of State for Arizona, who is a Republican, had to come out and say even a Sharpie. Which 2020 is just a year that keeps fucking. Jesus.
Was it Mark Twain who said that the truth gets halfway around the world before... the lie gets halfway around the world before the truth even has time to tie its shoes?
Indeed.
This is the case of this.
But that didn't stop the Trump administration from coming in hot on Sharpiegate. Right-wing lawsuit regarding social media's allegations claiming that voters were deprived of their voting rights because of the use of Sharpies to fill out ballots, despite the county officials strongly denying the claims. That was thrown out. Unsurprisingly.
Good, because it should have been, because it's bullshit.
But that doesn't stop the Trump administration, because again, they are just vexatious. This is obviously not not anything.
Sorry, that picture of Carl. Oh, that picture of Carl is great.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that sums it up rather nicely.
That really does sum it up.
Yeah. So, after dismissing Arizona public interest ballot cure, the Trump campaign filed an identical lawsuit. This challenge is based on social media allegations that voters' ballots did not count because they used a Sharpie, despite county officials strongly denying this claim. Again, Republican county officials.
Mm-hmm.
This is just vexatious wasting of fucking time. This is obviously
what
not
they want to do
aimed
is,
at anything of worth, you know?
This is right out of a sort of like authoritarian, or I would say like a Putin's agenda, which is when you don't win the election, or you're worried you're not going to win, you undermine the integrity or the people's perception of its integrity, so then people don't want to vote, and then democracy falls into further decline. Or you get, civil war, because people end up fighting over something that if they would just look at it, they can see the facts for themselves, but they don't want to.
Yeah.
So,
also, I like that
Fox News helps with the garbage.
I like that
Fox News is a cancer on democracy.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. Well, absolutely. I don't like to agree with Malcolm Turnbull very often, but his criticisms of the media, the Murdoch media empire, is very, very good. Anyway, on that occasion. Anyway, I like the fact that...
they're literally helping to undermine. They don't care as long as they make money. They don't care if they actually destroy the democracies in the countries in which they operate.
Indeed, yeah.
They don't. They just want to make money.
Along with Breitbart's copium here, you can tell how serious an organisation they are when they've got categories at the top of their fucking webpage that are Democrat City Unrest, and China virus.
Yeah, because of course.
Good stuff, guys. You are.
Also, there's something rotten in the state of Denmark. I mean, the USA. Like it's not the state of the USA. There, Dr. Hobnob.
Well, I'm surprised because with a name like Dr. Hobnob, I was expecting intellectual rigor. So anyway, yes. This takes copium to a new level. Right?
I love the face.
The face is
Yeah,
the
I
face
like
is
you.
amazing, but unfortunately, the noise that comes out of the face is so ludicrous that
It's annoying.
It's
okay.
I wasn't wrong. I was totally right. I'm not owned. Is how I'm going to appraise the next bit of nonsense.
Why wouldn't they? What have they got to lose? Like, they're not going to win any other way, are they? You know, and Trump has just, and the thing is, if you take away all of these sort of potentially fraudulent votes, then you get the Donald Trump landslide where he got the most votes in history, beating Obama.
No, you don't.
And so my prediction was right. The only thing I didn't predict was the scale of Joe Biden's voter fraud organization. Again,
So,
honestly,
if you take away millions of votes, I was actually right about the landslide. Oh God! I mean, that's
honestly.
Is it possible to drown in copium? I don't know.
Oh, he is. I'm not owned. I'm not owned.
Exactly.
I'm not owned.
As I slowly turn into a corn cob.
If this video was a tweet, it would have been flagged for election. Like this, it contains information, that's basically a fraud. Yeah. He's lying here, and because he's desperate and he can't deal with reality, which I guess we've known about Carl for a long time. I didn't like the results of 2016, but you know what I did? I accepted them. And then I got back to work and figured out how do we get the people who didn't turn out last time to vote? And how do we, think about our messaging? And how do we, get more people to the polls in 2020? And the most I could do for that really was just financial. I can't go and donate my time in the state. So I gave several $100s to various candidates in support of them. But they were doing that work. And in a lot of places, I mean, obviously the Dems didn't do as well as they wanted to in the Senate, but they retained the House, which is the important thing, and they got the most votes in history in the White House. Yeah. So, I know as lefties, we always want to focus on the worst case scenario and how turn every victory into defeat somehow, and the media certainly helps us with that message as well. But the fact is that he just got a lot more votes. People turned out. And the other thing that people aren't remembering about the Biden campaign is look at the primary. Biden didn't have a massive national superstructure. He was struggling for money. In the predominantly white states early on in the primary, he lost. He came in like third or fourth, right? And then when it was black voters, in the South, who basically said, this is the guy we want, we think he can win. He didn't need a whole fundraising campaign. He didn't need massive rallies because people just turned out and voted for him. And kind of the same thing happened. I mean, he had a lot more money at the presidential level. But if you compare like how much ground structure he had to how much turnout he had, Obama had a much better ground structure because he wasn't operating during a pandemic. So I think, people aren't learning the lessons of, do campaigns matter? Yes, they do. But in some ways, a motivated voter base will turn out whether or not you have a great GOTV campaign. And there was a lot of texting going on, I know, and emails and messaging. People tried a lot of other things. And obviously a lot of voters were registered. And there was a lot of work put into it on the front end as well to get people eligible to vote for Democrats. So, I mean, yeah, this is all just fairy tale nonsense about trying to discredit what is an historic victory. Yeah. I mean, someday some more people will vote for a different president, but for right now, the most is Biden.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to answer a couple of questions from the chat. Someone asked if I have a Discord. I have a Discord account, but I don't have my own server. So, I mean, you can find me through various other people's servers if you wanted to contact me.
I'm going to be right back, okay?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to be right back?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the person who said, what did they say? Why do Carl and Ted Cruz have the same beard? That's because I don't know why they just decided to do it this way, but they got like a timeshare on the beard. You notice you've never seen these two in the same room, and even if you did, you wouldn't see them both with a beard. One will have mysteriously shaved. Mark my words. That's the true conspiracy here. Stop the beard steal. Beard steal is not an easy thing to say live. I should have chosen something much fucking easy to say. God damn it. Anyway. Ooh. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, and I've totally forgotten. See, Kristi comes in here with, like, proper politics. I just want to laugh at copium. And Carl really is. That whole thing. I'm not owned. If you take away the millions of votes, actually there was a landslide. But even that's not true, because if you take away 5 million votes, it's a popular vote draw. Like, or tie or whatever.
So is there a question I can help with? Sorry.
No, I was chatting whilst you were doing whatever you were doing.
I was out.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm back now.
Yeah, and actually, it's a point that I was talking about the taking away millions of votes. Someone was saying, if you take out the votes from California, actually Trump won. Well, yeah, but I mean, what does that mean? You know, California's like the biggest population state in the country, right? Like,
yeah. If you take away Texas,
yeah,
Biden would have won by more.
Exactly, yeah. In a hypothetical world which doesn't exist, where no Republican states were counted, then Joe Biden wins 100% of the votes. Like, it's just nonsense. You can invent fantasy world if you want to, or you can live in the real world. Yeah. One of the two, you know.
Yep. Those are your options.
So, yeah, Carl's definitely not a conspiracy theorist, though. Did you know that? He's not.
No conspiracy theory, although, I mean, if I was going to say, well, I mean, like, what kind of people would conduct this kind of conspiracy? People like Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. I watched their, like...
Carl, just say Jews. We know you mean Jews.
Sorry. Pause. Nancy Pelosi organized a fraud that meant that she lost House seats. And Chuck Schumer organized a national fraud in which he doesn't win the Senate.
Yeah. Yeah. He's very, very smooth-brained. Look how smug he is as well. He thinks he's made a really good point there.
Yeah. You know, again, we looked at those numbers from the WOW counties in Wisconsin, where the Republican congressional candidates performed better than Trump. Is that fraud? Is that somehow like massive fraud where the Democrats are only going to go for one, you know, like House, a division, branch of government? It makes no sense, of course, but it doesn't have to make sense. If you start to think about what Carl says, that's when it all falls down.
Yeah. But that's him denying he's a conspiracy theorist.
Mm-hmm.
That's him denying that.
Well, he actually shows him proving he's a conspiracy theorist.
And just to finish
also
things,
not understanding what the election outcome was.
Yeah, just to show Carl what an amazing understander of politics he is. Where are I? Well, I forgot the time. 53:30.
Selling out our countries to China, hollowing out the working classes, mass immigration to give them extra competition for what few jobs remain. Like, Christ on a bike. Whatever you get after Trump in 2024 is going to be just way worse than what Trump was. Trump was totally centrist, totally reasonable.
What?
Trump is a centrist.
For Nazis.
Trump?
For a Nazi.
Trump is a centrist and reasonable.
I mean...
Should we take a look at Donald Trump's Twitter account just to see how reasonable he's being?
Yeah.
I can't wait to get this fucking prick off Twitter. Jesus. Anyway, he's tweeting, you're looking at ballots. Is this the country you've come to... Is that ballots? What's going on here? Those are just bags. Also, is that China? Hang on. Was that in Chinese on the fucking sign?
Yeah,
it's in multiple languages. Oh, so it might be...
All languages.
Oh, okay, so it might be
But, I mean, I don't see English anywhere on there. It might be on the other side, but how do you know that that's ballots? Like, I don't... It's literally just bags.
Hang on.
He's so delusional.
Election supplies. But that's in Arabic. Or I think Arabic, Egyptian, maybe, whatever the fuck is going on there. That's a foreign language.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Non-Roman lettered language.
Yeah.
What is he like? Like, you don't even know that's America.
Well, he's wearing an LA cap, and that they don't exist outside America. So that's
nowhere else in the world.
And he's also.
This is reasonable.
What are they? Hang on. Okay, so they're collecting ballots from a drop-off box somewhere in the world.
Well, if that's even a ballot box, I don't even know what that thing says on the side.
No.
It could just be mail.
What part of America would they need that many fucking translations into different languages? Like, into Spanish would make sense in some places.
Maybe California?
Well, maybe, but I mean...
Yeah, maybe California is the only... Because, there are a lot of people who come over from East Asia. But again, there's no evidence this is actually from the States. Yeah. That's going to get taken down. Twitter's going to shut that shit down. Yeah, let's see how many other tweets of his Twitter has put warnings on. This very reasonable centrist person here.
Let's see if anyone's responded with anything to... Hasn't this already been debunked?
Yeah.
Is the first. Okay. I don't know, maybe it's two. Hang on. Here we go. There's always something. Video shows collection of valid mail-in ballots that were posted on or before the election. The video shows workers...
Oh, it is California.
Box in Los Angeles after election day have been shared on election fraud. This is false. The LA County officials told Reuters that the ballots were collected on November the 4th and were deposited by voters on or before November the 3rd. They are therefore valid and will be processed and counted.
Yep. So like I said, because of its proximity to East Asia.
Yeah, in Reseda, California. So they're literally just collecting ballots. Although it's slightly... presumably it must be quite a diverse area with that number of translations.
Yeah. Well, it's not... there's Mandarin and then, I don't know, Cantonese. There's like a lot of different dialects in China alone, let alone all the other ones.
Actually, someone asked me about this. Was it Han unification thing where there's a movement to try and get all of the people of China and Korea and Japan to speak the same dialect or use the same language? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just a thing I'm aware exists for some people.
There's a lot of efficiency reasons for ideas and then reducing the cost of translations and increase. Your other option is for people to become multilingual. But that, of course, really privileges people who have access to good quality education and can finish school and do a lot of things. So, I think that there are some examples in history where, look at Rome, Latin, when Latin became the language, the lingua franca. Everyone just adapted and they were able to, there's, a lot of efficiencies that go with it. So I guess, there's always cultural parts that get lost, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't necessarily not speak the language. It's not like, taking away people's tartans and forcing them to speak English as opposed to, their native languages, Welsh or whatever else. But for economic purposes and just cultural purposes, especially in a country as big as China, I can see that.
Like I say, I'm not endorsing the concept because I don't really understand it very well. I just realise that it's clearly like an issue.
Yeah, fair enough.
In the terms of the fact that those peoples don't speak the same thing. So I was just in my own mind trying to work out why they would need that many things. That's what made me think this doesn't even look like it's in England or in English-speaking country.
Well, I've been
Whatever.
I've been out to San Francisco. Yeah, I've been out to San Francisco, and there's a lot of people who live in California, especially in the bigger cities. And you don't have to speak English to be an American, nor should you be required to speak English. In fact, a lot of Americans white people don't speak English properly. I've seen those kinds.
Donald Trump speak? Yeah. Absolutely.
So when you said, it was like the place I could think of would be California. And it turns out I was right.
Yeah, in California, signs are often in English, Spanish, Vietnamese, and Mandarin. Yeah, okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not so much in Kansas, I would think. But,
No.
There we go. Anyway, yeah.
And then, of course, you go down to Miami and it's going to be in English and Spanish and other. So, yeah.
And there are parts of, is it Dearborn, Michigan or something, where there's a high Muslim population? They've got signs in Arabic as well. So.
Yeah, very possibly. Yeah. We had a lot of people who were Hmong refugees from the Vietnam War during the Vietnam War who ended up, because of their being allied with the American troops and then being targeted, settled in central Wisconsin. And so we had similar situations in usually government offices more than anything. But
exactly. Yeah, look, people have it here as well. You've got like a sign saying, like, welcome to the library. And they'll have it in English and then maybe Punjabi and Arabic or whatever underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Genuinely, I couldn't give a fuck. If someone, like, if that makes someone walking into a library feel slightly more welcome, cool. That's good. Well, it doesn't affect me negatively in the slightest.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, I can't. No. I assume it says welcome to. If they're writing "fuck whitey" underneath in Arabic, that would be an issue. But if it just says "welcome to the library" in Arabic, I don't give a fuck. You know, whatever. Anyway. Donald Trump. This tweet about election fraud is disputed. A guy named Al Schmidt, a Philadelphia commissioner and so-called Republican, Rhino, is being used. Which, by the way, Rhino just means like SJW. It's just a slur. It doesn't.
Republicans.
Yeah. But he literally means a Republican in name only. But it essentially, it's
no fealty to Trump.
It's cuck. It's beta. It's just the people we don't like. Is being used big time by fake news media to explain how honest things were with respect to the election in Philadelphia. He refuses to look at a mountain of corruption and dishonesty. We win. Look, even if you think you have won, you saying we win at the end means that you think that a Republican not looking at election fraud means you win. Again, talking about people who don't understand the English language. Donald, please, for the love of God, learn. You're in your 70s, you can't talk. How have you not learned in 7 decades how to do this? Anyway.
He's in meltdown mode.
Yep. We will win. But he's retweeting himself from November the 10th. Oh, no, it's November. Sorry, I was thinking October for a second. Apologies. But from yesterday. Republicans don't let Andrew McCabe continue to get away with this. Highly respected Ken Starr, citation needed. Pennsylvania's 3-day extension is a constitutional travesty. Legal scholars.
You know who disagrees?
Hang on, time out. Legal scholars agree. So you're saying Ken Starr isn't a legal scholar? Kristi?
Oh, you dropped out for me for a second.
Oh, sorry, yeah. No, he ends with legal scholars agree, which suggests that he doesn't think Ken Starr is a legal scholar. In which case, why are you quoting him on constitutional affairs?
Yeah, but you know the 3-day extension? Do you know what legal scholars disagreed with Ken Starr on that? The one sitting on the Supreme Court of the United States.
Yeah, the Supreme Court, which was packed by Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And even
they all said...
No, it's fine.
Yeah, well, if I could, because it's state law. This is it. Like the power to run elections devolves to the states, and the Supreme Court is only going to get involved if there's like a federal constitutional issue that is not addressed at the state level. And when the state Supreme Court says we can do this, then the U.S. Supreme Court isn't going to step in and try to interfere with the state sovereignty. Again, study constitutional law. Understand these things.
Oh God, the supposed leader of the free world, not the actual one, which is Angela Merkel, but the supposed leader of the free world is retweeting the Dilbert guy. Naturally.
Oh God.
With people will not accept this rigged election, and all like that. This claim is disputed. You think? Fucking hell.
Very much so. Very much so disputed.
Oh yeah, the Trump people are so annoyed that the Washington Nationals, the baseball franchise in Washington DC, who traditionally have always invited presidents to throw out the first ceremonial pitch of the season, not the first actual pitch, the ceremonial. It's a pre-game thing they do. They get like a celebrity,
he's not on the game,
or a local fan,
not
or
on
something.
The team.
No. Well, I have to explain that.
Not a member of the union.
For people who don't know, when I say the first pitch, they don't literally invite a 75-year-old man to throw the first pitch of the game. Because he couldn't, because that's going out of the fucking park, obviously. There's a ceremonial thing. It's like a ceremonial tossing of the coin at the start of the game or whatever. And for the first one of this home game of the season, the Washington Nationals, they invite the president. Trump hasn't done that during any of the 4 seasons for which he has been eligible for that, because he knew he was going to get booed. In fact, during his first one, the fans in the stands unfurled a massive sign that said "Fuck Donald Trump." Seriously.
And booed him.
And, well,
we watched it. We watched him look sad.
Yeah, amazing stuff. But the Washington Nationals have invited, congratulated President-elect Biden and invited him to throw out the first ceremonial pitch.
Oh,
perfectly
that's
normal.
good.
Yeah, good. But the
yeah.
the Trump fans, the copium. They've been losing their shit. Abandon the Major League Baseball. It's a disgrace. They've been taken over by communists.
What? Isn't that cancel culture? I thought they were against cancel culture, Kevin.
I believe so, yes. Yes, I believe so. Anyway, so that's just fun.
Yep.
He went on a tweet spree a couple of days ago, which I think I covered yesterday or something. Yeah, just ballot counting abuse. That's just what? It's just weird. I don't even know what the claim is there. What does that mean? Ballot counting abuse?
Nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm going to take a quick break and then I'll come back. And then can we finish off with There's Some Funny, which I played on yesterday's stream, but I don't think Kristi has necessarily seen it. So if you want to just talk for a minute and I'll be back.
Yeah, Kevin, I'll finish you off however you want.
Hey-o.
Hey. So one thing that we haven't gotten to, I don't know if Kevin will when he gets back, but I did see someone in the comments mention that Peter Coffin, that they went on a blocking spree. So, so how are you guys doing in the chat? I think there's also important it's to say that for all of this tempest in a teacup, shall we say, that the process itself is moving forward. Like Pennsylvania is moving forward with their certification. Georgia is going to hand recount their votes, and then they're going to certify it. There will be a recount in Wisconsin if Trump decides to pay for it. I don't know why he would if he's going to have to pay for 2 states now. I mean, it's not his money, so he'll probably continue this grift in order to, falsely claim victimhood to soothe his wounded ego. But I think I'm more worried about what Trump is doing at the federal staffing level, the way that he's firing people and trying to put in his, deep state plans for Biden later on. That's more concerning to me. However, I do know that the president has a lot of power as the executive, running the executive branch. So we'll have to see what Biden's going to do about that. I appreciate what we and Kevin do. Oh, Moss Rock, you're welcome. Yeah. So as I said, there are a lot of channels you can go to for more heat and less light, and here you get dick jokes and news stories. Oh, look at the kitty. Oh, hello, sweetsies. Oh, it's so chill. So chill. Were we going to look at the Peter Coffin, the Tempest in a Teacup?
Well, we can do, but I did want to. Did you see the prank call stuff to the hotline?
Oh no, cover that. Yeah, stay on the theme. Yeah. Some of those I watched. One of them was pretty good.
There was some. Apologies because I played these on stream yesterday, but I definitely want Kristi to see them because they were just fucking amazing. Where are we? Yeah, come on. Oh yeah, this is a cursed image. Just. That doesn't need to be a thing.
Yeah.
Ever. Where are we? Yeah, this is good.
Okay.
So Alex Hirsch, who I'm led to believe is a voice actor on a popular show that people seem to like. I didn't know what the fuck it was, but whatever. Anyway, Trump set up a fraud hotline. And, to say people have been taking advantage by just taking the piss, just ripping it out.
The first one had to get shut down because it was getting so much. And then they opened up a second one, right? Because that's going to solve the problem.
Yeah, exactly. Because people won't just do the exact same thing again. Naturally.
This is a hotline to report incidents of voter fraud.
Okay, yeah. Giuliani.
Oh, shit. Hang on. Sorry.
This is a hotline to report incidents of voter fraud.
Okay, yeah, I saw what I believe is a voter fraud situation.
Okay, please describe it for me.
So I saw a man. He walked into this this building, and he was wearing black. He had a black hat, black mask, a striped shirt, and a red tie. And I believe there were hamburgers in his bag, and he was saying "robble, robble" as he was exiting the building, like a burglar. I think he's probably Antifa. Can I speak to Rudy Giuliani?
Yeah, there's some absolute beauties amongst these. Hang on, there's one.
I only heard the first. I want to hear more.
Oh yeah, there's loads. Well, there's a couple from him, and then there's one 6-minute video which is just beautiful.
Boardroom.
Yeah, I'd like to report an incident of voter fraud.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I committed some voter fraud. I'm very proud of it, and I'd like to tell Mr. Rudy Giuliani about it.
Great. Awesome.
My name is Stan Pines, Pinees. You got that down?
Yeah.
So, I went in there, and I had a big old sack, and I just started taking ballots out of the box. And I didn't even try to hide it. I waved to the crowd. I blew them kisses. And, I think I'm kind of a local hero. And I'd like Rudy to give me a medal or something. She hung up on me.
What I especially love about that is he literally says, "She hung up on me," in character. That's commitment to the bit.
Yes.
He was in the zone. There's one as well where I nearly died laughing on stream last night. They're talking about an orange.
Hi, I'd like to report an incident of possible vote tampering I saw.
Yes, sir. I'll take your incident.
Hi. So I was at a polling place a few days ago, and I didn't know because I didn't know there was a line. But I saw this guy who was wearing a black hat, a black mask. He was wearing a tuxedo, I think. I honestly don't remember. And he had this duffel bag. And inside were just a bunch of hamburgers. And he was just saying over and over again, "Robble, robble."
Sir, we keep hearing about the Hamburglar, so we've had this claim. Thank you so much for calling, and maybe get off Twitter. Thanks.
Cope.
We keep hearing about the Hamburglar. It's genius. I love this. Hirsch responds, "I've never been more proud of anything." Yeah. Oh, I need to get to that one. The fucking there's a specific. Well, I don't want to reveal anything because there's.
Okay.
Hang on.
Yeah,
but
I haven't heard that yet.
That's the 6-minute thing. So we'll.
Compilation.
Oh, hang on. No, fuck. Shut. Come on.
Do.
There's one where it's going on about there being an orange, and it's so funny. I nearly died. I mean, I'm giving it the big up, so it probably won't live up to it now. But the first time I listened to it, it was amazing. You have to scroll down quite a bit.
Are we going to watch the 6-minute one or not?
We are. Just I've loaded it. It's there, but there's there's a separate one from someone.
Queued it up.
Yes, indeed I.
Oh, someone said you scrolled past the orange one.
Did I?
It's way back up, according to the chat.
Okay.
See, the chat's got your back. As awful as you treat them, treat them mean, keep them keen, right?
Nah, I don't care about them being keen, to be honest. Where?
Everyone's like,
Columbo.
Kevin, go up. No, Kevin, go down. Go down.
No, I'm not going down. That's degenerate. So. That's.
He walked into this.
Oh no, that's a Hamburglar again. Where's the orange one? Am I being trolled?
It's the one with the cartoon space.
Oh, there we go. Yes, sorry. I thought that was a still image.
You're pulling a Carl here.
I am.
You're pulling a Carl here.
Boom it out there. Never mind. Yes, let's take a look.
Good evening, Trump National Hotline. How can I help you?
Oh, yes, I need to report an incident of voter fraud. It was orange. He vented. I saw it happen. You have to get him out quickly.
Yeah. The vented thing is a Among Us thing. Apparently, you can go from room to room via venting, and it's a sign that they're the suspect one. You know.
In Washington,
okay.
Correct, sir?
It was orange, sir. It was orange. I swear he vented. He vented. He's the imposter.
What shade of orange was this person?
It was a sort of a creamy orange, like a fake tan.
Okay, can you describe how tall this orange was?
About 3'9".
Okay, 3'9". Is there any other describing characteristics?
Yes, he was wearing a spacesuit.
Good evening from National Hotline. How can I help
love
you?
the fact that he doesn't hang up when he says he was 3'9". Is he a fucking
9?
Is he a toddler? What? He's a fucking pygmy. What's going on here?
3'9" in a orange man in a spacesuit.
Yeah, but it's the spacesuit that clicks off like, oh god. Okay. Anyway, but this is quite good. Yeah, this is this person had a good afternoon, I think.
Thank you for calling Don and J. Trump Election War Room. Please hold for the next available agent.
I'll share this one out.
Is about replacing a failed and corrupt. Now, when I say corrupt, I'm talking about totally corrupt political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people.
Thank you for holding. Please continue to stay on the line.
Election.
Trump National War Room.
I was in Pennsylvania, and I saw something I didn't like. It was a man. Oh, they hang up on me.
Please hold for the next available agent.
Now, when I say corrupt, I'm talking about totally corrupt.
Trump War Room.
The Democrats are going to take my penis pills. You got to stop them, for the love of God. Oh, we got to fuck with them all day. This is so great.
That is Trump War Room.
They've been taking food off the Taco Bell menu. What are you going to do about this? I need my goddamn Mexican pizza. What are you going to do about my Mexican pizza edition? There's no Mexican pizza. For those who control the levers of power in Washington.
Hi, Trump War Room.
Hi, so I was in Georgia and I saw something really suspicious. I was at this McDonald's near a polling location and there was this guy that robbed the McDonald's and he stole a bunch of hamburgers and he went to the
Hello, it is I. The election has been rigged, and it was me, the great wizard Schnorlock, and I will end the corruption if you give me $10,000. You can make this payment out to my PayPal account, and I will return the election to the true results. Okay.
hey, I heard you guys are looking for the person that is trying to rig the election. So I've got this tip. There's this guy named Donald Trump. He's trying to have votes thrown out. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Thank you for calling Don and J. Trump Election War Room. Please hold for the next available agent.
Our movement is about replacing Trump National War Room.
1, 2, 3,
Trump War Room.
Why the hell is the SpongeBob movie out? It's not out in the United States. We've been waiting a goddamn half a year.
Thank you for calling Don and J. Trump Election War Room. Please hold for the next available agent. Trump War Room.
Hi, I was in Georgia and I looked into a polling place. I saw a man shoving hamburgers into a ballot box. He was in stripes. So here's the thing. I feckin' hate Trump. He embarrasses me every day.
Thank you for calling Don and J. Trump Election War Room. Please hold for the next available agent.
What was that? That was weird. Oh, they're not even like accepting my call anymore.
For those who control the levers of power in Washington.
Hi, I'm looking for someone to have an earnest discussion about the Bionicle lore and perhaps contradictions we might find in Bionicle lore. I was wondering if this is the right place to call.
Definitely not, because I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
All right, cool. How do you feel about Garfield? We could talk about Garfield for a bit. I mean, when do you? Yeah, when do you think Garfield peaked? I'm thinking like 1984.
No, fucking James Garfield.
Okay.
But I hope you have a great night.
Has trillions of dollars as National War Room.
My heat, my ho, my ho. Dance to the beat, yours, only yours, and so Miss Caroline. Now we hear the crowd say everyone loves the caramel dancing. Ooh, 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 ah, cha cha cha. Ooh, ooh, ah, cha 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 cha.
Hi, this is War Room. How can I help you?
I've turned myself into a political coup, Morty. I'm political coup Rick. Political coup Rick.
That's a good. I haven't gotten that one yet.
Hi, I think it was the same guy. Hi, yeah, I have a tip about some fake votes that were created. In Iowa, we created fake Republican votes to push Donald Trump over. And I just felt like since you guys were looking for election fraud, that was something you would want to know about.
Okay, could I start with your first and last name and a phone number?
Okay, first name Bofa, last name D's nuts.
Oh, funny, silly nonsense. Oh, bless. Anyway, Carl can fuck off. We're done with that.
Very, very silly nonsense.
Turd. Anyway, but yeah, so that's what people are doing. That's 2020 in a nutshell. I think just mock idiocy. Anyway, what else did we want to talk about? Was there something else?
Oh, yeah, we were going to look at the Peter Coffin meltdown.
Oh yeah. Oh, hang on. Not Facebook. We don't need Facebook. That's just a general comment on life. Who's sending me Margaret Thatcher stuff? Spies.
Oh, Michelle Bachmann.
Oh God, when cancer meets cancer. Good Lord. Peter Coffin. I take it I'm
the
not
background of this.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, so from what, because I am blocked, so I don't know exactly. Peter Coffin is out of patience.
and a period at the end, a full stop at the end of the sentence. It's good to have properly punctuated Twitter names, I find. Anyway, but yeah, they Peter has for a long time been on a rant, and this actually still, it doesn't seem like this is thematic to MAGA tears, but it is to a degree. Peter, while they are not MAGA, clearly, is adjacent to some of the goals of MAGA in that they just want to shit on liberals. That's all they're interested in doing, okay? Which is pointless fart huffery, the likes of Chapo Trap House and Crystal Ball, these kind of fucking twats. Jimmy Dore, another example.
Also,
who just want to shit on the
left who don't 100% agree with them.
Yeah, exactly. People who
As
just
well.
want to shit on the
Like
DNC for no reason other than fuck. I mean, look, you can disagree with liberals, but liberals are not like the enemy here. They're just not, okay?
Well, I mean, you're talking about liberals or people on the left, like sock Dems who still want to reform capitalism as opposed to undermine it.
According to Peter, they would still be liberals, but whatever. I mean,
right, neo-libs. Yeah.
Neo-libs, which again is just Rhino or Cock or SJW or Beta. It's the people we don't like, basically. Even though neoliberal actually does have like a proper definition. These fuckers don't use it that way. Anyway,
no.
So Peter was literally, I mean, they and Angie Speaks, who they do a podcast with, were going about, I'm going to laugh at all the liberals when Trump wins. So I don't think they want Trump to be president, but they were, like, I think probably secretly kind of like well, we can, dunk on liberals when Trump wins. So I think thematically it still counts. It's not MAGA tears, but it's still plenty of kind of weirdly pseudo pro-Trump saltiness. Just, that's...
Yeah. And they went on a blocking spree. I don't know what was the inciting incident, but they decided to turn on a bunch of people on BreadTube and block H-Bomber guy and block... or H-Bomb, I don't know what they go by now. And Thought Slime, actually, if you go to the top result there, Thought Slime had a reaction that's at the top of the search.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's not anymore at the top.
Oh, well, it's the second one. Oh, it was at the top.
It was at the top. It's now not at the top. It's changed overnight.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, so Peter Coppin, completely unable to take any fucking criticism, came out and said, oh, the leftists are celebrating Biden winning. Well, not really. They're celebrating Trump losing. They're not like fans of Joe Biden. And they're just celebrating that a fascist is being kicked out. That's good, isn't it? I thought that was good.
Yeah, like a democratic process. A democratic process actually is stopping fascism from growing in a country. I mean, I think that's something that people who are pro-democracy would want to celebrate.
Yeah.
Oh, this was the one that this was this was what started.
So this is Peter basically, who doesn't feel like he's part of the BreadTube club anymore, and is such a fucking child. Oh my god. Anyway, so they went on a blocking spree. They blocked like Thought Slime and H-Bomber guy and Sean from was Sean and Jen. It's now just called Sean. The Skull guy does some good videos. All that sort of stuff. Even though Sean was actually basically Bernie or bust, but was like begrudgingly like, well, I hope Trump loses. So like, do you know what I mean? Like not even like a big Biden supporter or anything. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so and Peter went crazy. They genuinely are so salty that the liberals were like right on something. Anyway.
Yeah.
So do you want to read out Peter's? I think magnum opus is a fair description.
Yes. BreadTube equals the current iteration of the skeptic movement. People are beginning to get that. Problem is, what comes next cannot just be skeptic movement 3.0. We need to hit the reset button, reject BreadTube, and move on. We do not need a BreadTube dunking industrial complex. Isn't that what he's doing right here?
Yep. Precisely.
Isn't he dunking on BreadTube?
They.
I'm sorry. Thank you. They. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. No problem. It's usually me fucking that up.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to forget. Yes.
Oh, also that thing about you can tell who blocked you, like who has group chats, because so obviously like Peter was going through and like refreshing stuff to notice who blocked.
Oh yeah, they were desperate, absolutely fucking desperate to know who had noticed them. It's such a clout game, which is ironic considering he accuses everyone else. They accuse everyone else of just going with clout, but that's what they're doing here.
Yeah,
precisely. Anyway, so they were definitely finding out. It's so pathetic. And not just that, but because they'd blocked these other people, they must have gone into the thing where you have to say, you've blocked this person. Do you want to still look at their tweets? To specifically find out who had said, I've been blocked by Peter Coppin. Which is pretty pathetic. I mean, it's second only to Googling yourself or something, you know? Like, or being found to have Googled yourself. Ed Bull style. Just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a tweet, wasn't it?
Not Balls Google. Day.
Yeah.
No, it was a tweet.
Yeah. So Sean says, BreadTube was founded with a singular aim, playing video games with AOC. Over time, the BreadTube Council came to realise that there was one in our midst who was preventing this dream from being realised. Their posts were too honest, too radical. We had to take action. just mocking Peter for the nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is that Peter started it.
Yeah.
It seems to be completely unprovoked. This is a completely unprovoked blocking spree, which I really just do not get.
Yeah.
So
you've seen the response. Can you blame me for not wanting to lose my association with that? Mix Vivian Wolf, who's very good. We've talked on streams and stuff. Random breadtuber, I guess. Lol, guys, Peter blocked me. Haha, what a dork. Who the fuck cares? Oh, look, he blocked me too. Peter Coffin. My enemies are legion. They are coordinated, organised. The breadtube cabal will stop at nothing to destroy me. Yeah. Because what I especially love is they pinned that comment. They pinned this to the... That's a remarkable level of, like, self-obsession. Really, that's pathetic. Yeah. Jesus H. Christ. That really is.
Hey, I generally reserve my pinning tweets for criticism of the Confederacy or trolling Carl. You know, I do something useful. I don't...
Well, I do something more...
like whine with my pinned tweet.
Yeah, my pinned tweet is links to my social media stuff. Right? Like my YouTube, my Twitch.
Yeah.
So, like, that's, you know, again, useful. You know, worthwhile.
By the way, so 2 pieces of information. One, 8DX in the chat said Shannon Strucci's Twitter should explain what happened. So if you look in, they have the spelling of it, right there on your screen. If you want to search that name. And then I tagged you into something that pretty much sums up all of Peter's content ever, but we can do that after.
Okay, Sharon Strucci. Oh no,
yeah, I think that's spelled right.
No, hang
on. Or yeah,
Strucci. Is that not the same spelling? Shannon
it
with.
Looked like
with...
the same spelling to me.
Oh, I'll put Sharon. What? All right.
Oh, Shannon. Yes, Shannon.
Shannon Strucci.
It's not EastEnders.
I don't know who this person is, but I'll give him a follow. Okay. Fake friends. What? Who?
Yeah, just go down. I mean, it's been a little
Again,
while,
I'm not
right?
going down. Kristi, stop.
Or do that and Peter Coffin. Search their name and Peter Coffin, then you should get to the right one right away. Be faster. Or that, yeah.
Calling Peter Coffin a grifter implies planning and subterfuge. I think Peter is just a cruel buffoon who jumps panicked from target to target with little concern for actual tangible impact or who they're hurting. Also, their videos suck. Yeah.
Keep going down.
It's very rare. It's very rare I talk like this about other people who do podcasts as YouTube videos because I think it's a waste of time and would always rather shitpost and goof off than be aggressive. But it feels worth saying that if any of my fans buy into Peter's bullshit, please reconsider. I don't want to talk about Peter or go through the minutiae of the hateful shit they've done, so I'm not replying much. I just wanted to say I have before. They're a repugnant clown. Thank you.
And then Kristi, see what she had to say.
Kristiosity is awesome. I think she's renamed herself the Greater Pennsylvania Avenue Trash Removal Service. Okay. I want to thank you a lot for this. I was bullied by Coffin and the lack of response from anyone who was very hurtful at the time. So I would have responded had I seen that. I didn't know that was a thing. Though I understand the dynamic much better now, you are very respected and no one's idea of a drama person, so it's validating to hear. Okay. Well, there you go.
Cool.
So this is you tweeted thing at me. Wow, it's very clear every video. Attention is currency. McLuhan understanding media. Okay. Culture assimilates counterculture by producing countercultural branded products. I don't know if I'm in the culture industry. Profit is value extraction. Marks capital. Now you never have to watch Peter Coffin. Basically, yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Carlos Mazza.
Wow. When you realise it's time for the semi-annual breadtube cabal dunking on Peter Coffin. Sweet fucking niblets. Okay.
You've been pissed off Carlos Mazza.
Yeah. Yeah, that's remarkable stuff. Shall we see if Peter's calmed down at all? Oh my god, he's literally got the fucking pizza guy meme as his background. Stay tuned, the day of reckoning will come. Oh my god.
I think he got tired of everyone making fun of his Joker picture.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been blocked by the Joker.
The fart huffery is
Did I say
just...
bear?
The fart huffery here is just remarkable. There are alternatives. Oh, so that's someone jerking them off, basically, I think. Hi, I enjoy your content. Well, have you tried...
you saved me from the alt-right.
Did they say that?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
But look at this. However, I found myself recently getting in the same pattern I did, consuming the skeptic content, particularly with makers like Vosh and Surfs, and I was getting just as depressed and anxious. The way you've talked about it lately really snapped me out of it and made me see that I was just consuming a product and hurting myself in the process. Going to spend more time in the real world and not watch your content.
Absolute.
They didn't say that part.
Absolute wank. Absolute total wankery. I don't know where we go. This is why the YouTube algorithm deprioritizes leftist content. It's not a conspiracy. It's people who are actually against the capitalist system. Okay, babe.
Are not prioritized in the cyclical content consumption.
Yeah, it's just...
I'm not getting views because YouTube.
About gerrymandering. Okay, that might actually be relevant to something. That's not what I'm after here.
And by the way, no one should take any talk about the cabinet seriously for like a couple weeks yet. All of this talk right now is just literally rumors and gossip. Just wait and see what happens.
Indeed. Because this was a couple of days ago. As you said, Skeptics 2.0.
Skeptics 2.0.
Yeah, the earlier Skeptics 2.0. Okay, I mean, whatever.
I'm sure the serfs will be really happy to find out they're Skeptics 2.0.
The revolution will not be sponsored by Skillshare or Raycon. The revolution will not be performed on Joe Rogan or the Young Turks. The revolution will not be popular. The revolution will not be met with open arms from masses who need education. That really is... There's so much I studied the blade energy there. It's embarrassing. Hassan Piker. Oh, yeah, leftist. Hassan Piker's not a leftist now. Okay.
Oh, right. Okay, that's in quotes.
Yeah, leftist. If a mode of producing leftist content is safe for the New York Times, oh, suck a dick.
Okay, I'm... sorry, Kevin, I'm going to have to unzip my the pullover I'm wearing because this dumpster fire, it's getting so warm. I have to, like, remove a layer.
Yeah,
because
don't overheat on the flames of nonsense.
No, I've got to, yeah. The dumpster fire, Peter Coffin's Twitter.
YouTube creates professional liberals. The revolution will not be monetized, which is interesting because Peter's channel is monetized. Yeah. Completely nailed.
Oh no, the liberals are the bully that torment the kid at school.
And when they get mad and lash back, the libs point the finger and call the teacher. Completely nailed the dynamic. Get the fuck over yourself, man. Jesus. What the fuck
You've seen the response. Can you blame me? Can you scroll up again?
Yeah.
Sorry, but you've seen the response. Can you blame me for wanting to lose my association with that? Like, again, you seem to have started this. I think it seemed to me that what happened was Peter Coffin went, I'm blocking you. And everyone was like, oh, sorry, what? I was doing something with my life. And people are on Twitter telling me that you blocked me or you're mad at me. What is this? Well, it's not like they had a big fight on air.
No.
It's not like there was a confrontation.
Well, there were random people who were like sort of gently poking at Peter about like, oh, you said Trump was going to win, dickhead. Like, and they fucking went crazy.
Well, yeah, that's Twitter. Like that's Twitter. If you don't like it, just block it and move on. Get on with your day. Yeah. This isn't quite to Poroshenko levels yet because it hasn't been going on for long enough. And there's no winding behind a paywall.
They're literally posting fucking Matrix memes. Oh no. Oh, this is fucking tragic.
A line in the sand has to be drawn. The ties severed. Like, what fucking ties? What, you going to their house for, like, New Year? Do you celebrate birthdays with these people? Do you have a show together? What fucking es?
This is
They're loosely associated.
2005. Look, they're posting fucking Matrix memes. This is embarrassing, man. Fucking hell. The bread tube.
Is he leaving the left? Is that it? Is he leaving the left?
I fucking hope so. Get the fuck out. Right. Bread tube to brunch pipeline is real. Oh. If bread tube is the high school, Twitter is the lunchroom. What? What the fuck does that mean?
Well, I think it means that there's all the kind of gossip and stuff that happens in the lunchroom, but that's more of a criticism of this interaction than anything.
Okay, but I mean, are we back to group chats again? Okay, fuck's sake. Yeah, you can tell the group chat coordinated, blah, blah, blah. The party's over by Prophets of Rage. Oh, God. And yeah, they're posting the fucking pizza dude, the Papa John's.
The pizza guy. This piece of shit. Why?
And then, well, I don't even know what's... I don't know, some emo shit. I don't know. Cultural enemies.
Emu or emo?
Emu.
It was an emu?
No, emo. Look, there was some emo band going on. Shut up. Jesus. Jesus. Look, again, ballot counting abuse. No different from the neo-libs. Lol. Jesus. Fuck's sake. Do you see what I mean? It just doesn't mean anything. The word neolibs to these people means nothing.
Math is neoliberal now. They really just wanted to say, look how right I was. Look how right I am.
No, it's just fart hopping.
Believe me, worship me, follow me. Don't criticize me.
Yeah, it's just fart hopping. The immediate pivot from pull him left to shut up we won was enough for me. Oh, just fuck off. Just fuck off. Bread tube, yeah, that's the skeptic thing. And then, what is the song? Hang on. Okay, because that's the second time they posted that. Whatever.
They like that song.
Yeah.
They like it.
Oh, Angie Speaks pipes up. Good stuff. Breadtube is basically the one kid who is overly nice to you when you start at the new school and gradually morphs into a psycho that will piss in your lunchbox as soon as you start making other friends and finding people more interesting. Yeah, that's a rational response to things.
What?
Well done. Cancelling Peter... Oh, fuck's sake. Cancelling Peter Coffin for being too mean
Who's cancelling him?
To the innocent and pure Bridges. No, they're cancelling other people because they're literally, like, blocking folk. No one blocked Peter, as far as I'm aware.
Look how... No, I mean, look, how fucking cool am I that I was blocked by Peter ages ago? Other people have to catch up with how cool I fucking am.
Well, I haven't been blocked, so I can only assume that means I'm just horrifically uncool. You know?
I mean, yeah, but I still hang out with you.
Yeah. Joseph, again, that's the third time they've posted the fucking Papa John's meme. Like, this is really sad. Who is Peter Coffin? Lol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone's been Googling or tweet searching themselves.
Blocking over defense of neoliberals too. It's over. There will be zero tolerance for these people from me. I'm sure they are literally shitting themselves.
Class politics over ideology. Yeah, there we go. Correct. Class politics over ideology. Fuck off.
Yep. Someone quoted this as a response to saying, fuck BreadTube. Ah, yes, the poor individual named BreadTube. Because that BreadTube doesn't consist of humans. It's like when people say, I'm criticising Islam, not Muslims. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, person. BreadTube is a person you can cancel. That's hilarious. Dickhead. Yeah,
wait. Look at that. That from back from January. Look at that quote.
January the 2nd.
We need to learn. Yeah, read it.
We need to learn or relearn how to build comradeship and solidarity instead of doing capitalist work from condemning and abusing each other. Oh yeah, they absolutely love this book, Exiting the Vampire Castle. Or it's a book, a pamphlet, whatever. They're obsessed with it, and it's far toffery, gone mad. Boo-hoo, you don't like my neoliberal. That makes you a bigot in some way. Why? Neolib politics / personality fandoms are made up of people who do this amazing combination of extremely aggressive and extremely fragile. Do you have any self-awareness whatsoever, Peter? Do you have any fucking awareness of precisely what you are? Clearly not. Oh, hang on. That didn't need to.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun.
They're full of shit, naturally. Oppression Olympics? What the fuck?
And actually, if your student loan was $30,000 and $10,000 of it got forgiven, that would have a material impact on your life because your student loan payments would drop by a third.
Yeah. I do hate women, though. That's obvious. My president, and it's Bernie. Oh, Jesus. This is fucking embarrassing. I'm not telling everyone we need to talk to fascists. I'm telling them to stop calling every working class person without a perfect slate of beliefs a fascist. Who's doing that? Stop cutting off family members for a bad vote. Stop thinking it's a path to progress.
While cancel culture is all over BreadTube.
I think we're basically done here, but yeah, that's the basic.
Yeah.
That's the gist of Peter.
That was the drama.
Peter Coffin's bullshit.
Yeah, dumpster fire on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
So that was fun.
That was fun. I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we did this. Anyway, yes. So, final thoughts. Anything you wanted to bring up that we didn't bring up?
Yeah. Just that there are a lot of ridiculous people in the world. That's just kind of from the left and the right, as we've seen. From the far left and the far right. From the complete spectrum, But some people make more of a fool of themselves than others.
Indeed so. So yes, I'm over the hump of...
Did someone say he? Sorry, they, self-correction. If it was me, I don't remember. That's a problem, is I don't realize I'm saying it. So.
I try to say they whenever possible, but I'm sure I fucked up somewhere.
Yep.
But look up Peter's Stone Toss tweet. I did not retweet Stone Toss, did I? Fuck off, Kev. Peter Coffin, Stone.
You can't say we're not trying. We fuck up a lot, but we honestly do try. The one thing we don't take any piss out of is pronouns here. Like, we might fuck up, but we honestly take correction and we try really, really hard.
No.
So.
Oh, God, they retweet.
Okay, you're not sharing with me?
Oh, okay.
Or...
Yeah, no, I'm not sharing with you. Ever.
Nope.
No, I'm only joking. Yeah, so they tweeted out this, which Stone Toss. For those who don't know, Stone Toss is a neo-Nazi.
Oh, it's
cartoon.
What?
Yeah, new political cartoon. It has been said many times that leftists are simply conforming to Stone Toss created stereotypes. Well, it is a correct statement. It seems that the racist, corrupt, capitalist plutocrat is projected to win, and then what? I don't even know what they're agreeing to, but I mean, they're unironically tweeting out.
I can't see the full.
It cuts off. No, it cuts off cartoon. There. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We'll see if we can find the original. Is the original anywhere?
So horseshoe theory complete?
Well, I don't see. Yeah, well, it's not there. Presumably they deleted it or something. But anyway, that's So Stone Toss, like I say, is an absolute neo-Nazi. Like, literally, horrifically racist towards black people. Claims that the Holocaust didn't happen.
Oh, great.
Yeah, an actual full-on. I would suggest if you want to know about Stone Toss, go and watch fucking Thought Slime's video on it. Very, very good. But yeah, look, a genuinely neo-Nazi comic series, which Peter Coffin must know, and they're unironically tweeting that out and agreeing with it. Not tweeting out and saying, this is shit, isn't it? This is terrible Nazi awfulness. No, just tweeting out and agreeing. Yeah, absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know who Stone Toss is, happily, so...
Yeah, no, that's probably best to live in ignorance on that one.
Yeah.
But, they are
Will do.
like horrific Nazi awfulness. Oh, Kristi in the chat. You got to mention earlier. I don't know if you were around for that, but...
Yeah, we gave you some love.
Yes.
Yeah, but we're just wrapping up, so great timing.
Yeah.
But you can go back and watch the full show.
Yeah, apparently they did delete that tweet, which is unsurprising because presumably
Well, that's
someone went,
good.
Don't tweet out Nazi shit, you fucking lunatic. Like, especially don't tweet it out and agree with
Please
it.
stop.
At least if you tweet it out, screenshot it, so you're not actually giving them like fucking advertisement, and say this is a lot of bollocks. Look how shit this is. Not isn't this Nazi comic actually completely accurate? Fuck off. Jesus. Anyway, so I'm glad that they're salty as fuck as well about the election results. Swivel on it. Anyway.
I mean, especially after they said very specifically in that October video, which we played, that they were going to vote for Joe Biden if, no, it was during the primary season. I think it was. And I don't remember who they were speaking to. If it was Destiny. Yep, and they're like, look, I'm not going to like it, but if it's Joe Biden, I'm going to vote for Joe Biden. Decided, nah, why stand up for democracy when I can have a temper tantrum?
Well, yeah, they're literally saying, democracy's a load of shit. Fuck democracy. Motherfucker, you were, like, campaigning, well, at least on the internet campaigning, for Bernie Sanders, who was running for the office of President of the United States. You do realise that you were trying to participate in democracy
process
until you didn't get your way, and then you had a bitch fit about it. Which is still going on.
People have to work within the system they have. Oh no, condemn me for...
Yeah, like 8 months later, they're still doing it. It's embarrassing, man. Fuck. Anyway. Anyway, yes, so that's a thing that happened. I didn't realise that they tweeted out Stone Toss. I mean, my opinion of Peter was already pretty low, and it managed to bottom out, hopefully now. It can't be worse. It can't. For the love of God.
Fingers crossed.
Anyway. Join me tomorrow, where I'll be talking with Stephen Shives of the Steve Shives channel. Yeah, that's right, I formalised it. And what? At 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. on the east coast of Americana land, 6 a.m. in Fiji, and we'll be talking... Well, it'll still be part of the Drinking Maggoteers week, day 4, the penultimate. Although I suspect that come inauguration day, might be doing another week. Just saying, it's almost certainly going to be necessary. So yeah. Oh, pardon me.
Yeah. Well, have a good time. What are you and Steve going to talk about?
Well, I'm going to put together a little collection of things. There will almost certainly be some new stuff that will happen overnight. Like Trump will almost certainly tweet out that he's directed William Barr to execute every American who voted for Joe Biden or something. So we'll probably talk about that. Okay. There are a couple of other things. There's a couple of videos. I think one from Irishman, Computing Forever, who some absolutely fucking a prime cut of cope, which we'd probably have a look at that, just general what their feelings on the matter, of how they've been enjoying the cope as well. I know that much. So yeah, it'd be that kind of stuff and all the rest of it. Anyway, excellent. Yes, so I look forward to that. And then either I'll be on my own on Friday or Kristi might want to come back. I don't know. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I can maybe join you on the Friday. And we've got to pick out a movie. It's been a while. So now that we're returning a bit to non-election.
Since I can hold my head up high. It's a little slice of
And if you want a complete escape from reality, you can always check out my channel over at D&D with Kristi, where I have D&D with R&D, D&D with Kristiosity, and D&D with Kristi, doing 3 different campaigns on that channel. The Underdark, another fantasy one run by Kristiosity, and I'm doing a Dragon Heist from the adventure. So yeah, if you're looking for just complete escape from reality, and unlike Kevin, you don't have a bias against Dungeons and Dragons,
No.
come and get
It's
away
not-
from it.
It's not that I have a bias against Dungeons and Dragons. It's that I have a bias against degeneracy. Okay, and this
People
is
who play Dungeons and Dragons.
pure, degenerates. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, someone in the chat. I don't know who they're talking to because that's Kristi with an E. So don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, but he actually. Yeah, but Kevin had on Tim Pool Clips, the person who runs that account, is having Steve Shives on.
Yeah,
Kevin talks to lots of other people.
I've literally just promoted the fact that I'm talking to someone else different tomorrow.
But we have a happy hour show together, so we do a lot of shows together.
This is regular, yeah. Although they may have just seen the Monday show and then this one, thinking we do a show every day or something. But no, this is I do a show daily, at least for the foreseeable future, because COVID means there's nothing happening here. So I've got to fill my days with something productive.
Yeah, structure your day.
Yeah. So Kevin, talk to Rory Cats. The actual Rory Cats, or the dickhead in the chat who's a human pretending to be Rory Cats?
You talk to. Yeah, Kevin talks to him. They're explaining. Yeah.
He's so asleep, his ears aren't even moving. He's very asleep. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so I talk to other people, but I generally just talk on my own to the people watching. But anyway, so yeah, what have you got coming up on your Degeneracies channel, other than D&D?
I'll have my Sunday show. I'm going to, now that we're past the election, I want to get back to my social construction of reality book reading group. Right. So I'm hoping I need to kind of like get myself out of this election mode that I'm in and go back to a more regular routine. But at the moment, you can look for me on Sundays. I do my Weekend Winters, which is usually about an hour and a half to 2 hours live show, discussing whatever comes to my mind, but oftentimes it's politics because I'm a geek like that.
Yeah, I mean, you are.
Yeah, so you can also get pure, non-sweary versions of political science takes often on my show. For instance, like 2 weeks before the election, I mentioned that people shouldn't pay any attention to the exit polls because they were going to be crap, and that nobody was talking about the fact that the exit polls were going to be useless. And then, it turned out to be the case because I know what I'm talking about sometimes.
And I said a couple of weeks before the event that I illegally voted many times in all of the states. So put that in your fucking lawsuits, Trump. It'll be literally just as effective as the actual things you're putting in there.
Yeah.
So whatever.
You should contact Giuliani.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and tell him that he's a fucking dumbass, because that's just funny. Anyway, yes. So join me and Steve tomorrow, same time, same place, 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. on the east coast of American land. It'll be beautiful. Hopefully, it could be shit. I don't know.
It will.
Yeah, no, it could be terrible. It's probably going to be awful. Yeah, don't watch. It'll be rubbish. Anyway, yes, go and subscribe to Kristi and check out her Twitter. They're linked below on the YouTubes. Rory Katz is not a fucking Baggies fan. I'll knock you the fuck out. Don't even start. Anyway, WBA stands for West Bromwich Albion. They're a soccer team here in Britain. Doesn't matter. Anyway, technically the highest football league ground above sea level in the country. In England, that is. So
Well, that's a random stat that literally nobody needed to know.
No, they don't need to know it, but now they do. Much like that picture we saw earlier. Hang on. Much like, and I'll leave you on this. Much like that. Hang on. Which Kristi can't. Hang on, I need to share again with Kristi, don't I? Fuck's sake.
No, that's okay. I can see it on the stream. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's very nice.
Much like that.
Oh God, no, Kevin, no, take this off.
No one needs to see it. No one needs to see this.
You just
madness.
We were over it. We'd forgotten it. We'd moved on, and you brought it back, and now it is nightmare fuel for our dreams.
Yeah.
What the actual?
No one needs to see this.
Wrong.
But it's there. You can't not see this now. I don't know who made this, but it's so disgusting.
You can reverse image search it. If you really
I don't
want to
know. I don't want to know who. No.
You want to keep the mystery.
That person needs to remain anonymous forever for their own safety, I think. Anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, I don't fucking know. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to leave now. Go and subscribe to Kristi. Go and subscribe to me if you're on the Twitch, the Facebook. If you're on Twitch, subscribe to me on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to me on Twitch. And stay safe and stay beautiful. Unless you don't want to do those things, in which case don't. Goodbye from me. And goodbye from Kristi. Say goodbye, Kristi.
Goodbye, Kristi.
She did the bit.